sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Good evening there and welcome to the latest Elite FPL podcast with myself, Steve-O. I really cannot be bothered to do this podcast, but it's in my contract to do so, so I'm going to do it. And I'm telling you now, if that goes down, if this stream goes down, I'm cutting it. I don't care. I'm literally 6 foot away from the router, and if this goes down tonight, I'm ending it straight away. I'm sick to death of this day full stop. Wow, what a... I'm laughing, but I don't know whether to laugh or cry. This is why I'm doing the stream now. I've got no jurisdiction on what time to do it. It was 8 o'clock, but to be honest with you, I don't care. Jason isn't here. I can do whatever the hell I want today, and I want to be doing this right now. Oh, Jesus has just scored. Let me guess. Kevin De Bruyne assist? Jesus has just scored 3-2. Who got the assist? That's the main question here. I don't have a clue. People obviously in chat will be able to let me know who got the assist, but I can only imagine it's probably Kevin De Bruyne of all. I'm hoping it's going to be Sterling. Loads of people pouring in right now with the Jesus, but it wasn't. It was definitely no Kevin De Bruyne. So hopefully Jason won't get any more luck. To be honest with you, I don't care about Jason's team. I care about my team. And I think what's most infuriating looking at my team is the fact that when it came to I'm turning it off now. When it came to game week 1, I had a 4-4-2 formation. And instead of having Sigurdsson in my team, it was Kevin De Bruyne. Instead of having Wesley in my team, it was Jota. And instead of having Gilbert, it was Wan-Bissaka. Basically, my team was what Jason had. So what the team that Jason started off game week 1 with and what he's got now, barring Pukki, is exactly the team that I had on game week 1. Did I panic? Possibly. I don't know. But I will go on hashtag blame Booner and think about what he said, which is the fact that 3-5-2 is a better formation than a 4-5-2. Oh, sorry, a 4-4-2. I thought, you know what? I did quite well last season with a 3-5-2. Let's go with it. In 2 games, we now have, I think now we have the information that we need to think, right, that player is a waste of space. He can clear off right away. And I'm looking at my team here. And there are a few players in there which I want to get gone. One of them is Wesley. He had 2 games. Well, one really. He had 1 game to prove himself, really, out of the first 2 fixtures, and that was Bournemouth. Couldn't even score against Bournemouth. Bournemouth are a bunch of clowns at the back. They conceded about 60, 70 goals over the last 3-4 seasons, and Aston Villa could only score 1 goal at home in their flaming first home game of the season. Here we go. It's disgusting. I'm laughing because now everybody's loving that, but I think it's disgusting. You're a bunch of clowns and you're now on my hate list, Aston Villa, along with Brighton, along with Watford. Can't stand you. So Wesley, you've got to go. Sigurdsson, you've really tested my patience. You really have tested my patience, my friend. And the fact that I have had you in instead of Kevin De Bruyne, and the fact that Kevin De Bruyne, not only has he got 3 assists in the last 2 games, a hat-trick of assists, he goes and gets a bonus point, and I'm going to assume he's going to get a bonus point today as well. Wouldn't that be ironic if he didn't? Perez, it's still a wait and see, but if he gets nothing versus a, let's be honest here, a leaky Chelsea defence, and Chelsea are there to be taken, he's another one that's on my hit list. But certainly Wesley, Sigurdsson and Gilbert. Gilbert didn't start again today. And I've seen a lot of people in chat already saying Wildcard. Now, I'm not going to be like chicken tikka Mo Salah, who, when I watched Jason's stream on the replay earlier, I was gobsmacked. GW2 joined us, and he was gobsmacked. The fact that he brought... We'll go through the top 4 teams. Everybody calm down. We'll go through all that in a minute. We've got to go through today's games first. But he's wildcarded Chicken Tikka Mo Salah. I'm shocked. I don't know if his account was cacked. I have no idea. But I'm shocked. Of course, I think the biggest frustration for me is the fact that when you do a stream like this, which is becoming more and more popular, I'm not going to blow smoke at my backside, but it's just a fact, more and more of you guys are joining us. I think more of you are getting invested in the narrative that we're creating. The fact that we've got this cash mini league on the go, which involves 88 people that are of the hardcore Elite FPL community. I think this narrative is going to get better and better, but it ain't going to do anything good for our mental state. The Daily Lama put out a tweet earlier on, and Daily simply put this: I can see that Cheshire cat smile, or something to the words of the effect of, I can see Jason's Cheshire smile, cat smile getting bigger and bigger. Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. And I think what makes it more difficult for me is the fact that he's my co-host, or my business partner, my 50% business partner. And if he wasn't my business partner, my co-host, and he was just somebody part of the mini league, or just a mate, I couldn't care less. But it's the fact that he's sitting, well, not literally, but he sits next to me. And I think the biggest, I'm not going to swear, we don't swear on the show, the biggest Mickey take, let's just like in a nice way, is the fact that Jason basically, look, there we are, copied my team. I think the fact they had the audacity for up to a week saying that he's sticking with his 3-5-2 or 5-4-1 or 4-5, whatever 5-4-1 it was, wasn't there? 4-5-1 it was. And he had the audacity to put up on a poll with you guys. Maybe this was his mind games, you know, clearly he's won. And all you guys go, nah, you've got the better team, Jason. I'm thinking, Christ, yeah, you're right. He's got the better team. A couple of days later, he chooses exactly the same players as me, barring one player, which was Matt Ryan. And we all know what happened last week with Matt Ryan. Unbelievable. But I'm sure there are people out there that are more unhappy than me. Let's just quickly go from a team, shall we? Just quickly. And by the way, let's get some admin out the way, shall we? So, number one, if you want to get live on air with me right now, and either number one, rage or gloat, get in that Discord right now and tell the world how you're feeling about today's game so far. Please let me know. Let's get those people in the waiting room. All you got to do is get part of the Discord group, and I'm sure there's loads of you already part of it already. So get in that waiting room. I saw there was loads of you in the flaming Hangouts. All you guys that are in the Hangouts, why don't you come live on air? Speak to me, speak to the nation. Tell everybody how you feel. Because I'm not happy. I'm pretty annoyed, to be honest with you, about today. We'll go through the results in a minute. Please, as I always state, if you want to support the show for a bit of fun and get more people watching, why not tweet about the show right now? Just get tweeting. At Elite FPL. Okay? So, let's get on with today's fixtures, shall we? And let's just go over exactly what has happened. So, hopefully this is all up on screen perfectly. Yes, it is. Right, Basker Bora saying that the stream is lagging. If it is, I'm telling you now, I'm ending it. If this stream is lagging, I'm ending it, because I'm sick to death of this stream lagging now, because I do this for you guys. And if the quality of the stream is rubbish, I'm cutting it off. Okay, I'm getting sick of it. I'm going to speak to Jason about this, because I thought I'm going to keep this private, so it doesn't matter. I don't want to say something that I regret. I'm on there. So let's just keep this going, shall we? Right then, here we go. Right, calm down. Let's get on with it. So Arsenal-Burnley, of course, 2-1. A lot tighter than it seemed. Again, if any Arsenal fans or anybody that watched the game today wants to come on air and talk about how that game went. In fact, for anybody that watched any games today, please come live on air and tell us about how your team did or how you felt the teams did. It's a really good insight, and I know FPL Boona did it last week regarding Spurs. And I really want to hear about it. But yeah, Arsenal versus Burnley. It seemed like a tight game, and from what I was told, we played really well in the first half. When it came to like the last 20-30 minutes of the second half, our legs had gone and Arsenal just took advantage. But it was Lacazette and Aubameyang with the goals. Of course, Aubameyang was quite a popular captaincy pick. We had Ceballos, of course. Ceballos getting 2 assists. 2 assists. Straight away. I said in pre-season, if you're going to get Ceballos, you've got to give him the first 2 games, see what he does. Well, he's basically got 2 assists in those 2 games, and I'm thinking for 5.5, excellent choice. Looks like the bonus is going to be Ceballos, Lacazette and Aubameyang, and of course, Nick Pope missing out by just 1 point behind Aubameyang. Oh well. You know what happens. Bournemouth, of course. In fact, that's a funny thing. I did really well on my predictions. As ever. When it comes to predictions, I actually seem to do pretty good. That's why I started doing this Super Brew. Because I thought, you know what? I may as well do Super Brew. At least I'll get something blinking out of it. But yeah, my predictions have gone really well today. Anyhow. 2-1, I got that bang on the money. When I saw Wilson had scored and he had 4 points, I'm thinking, huh? 4 points, he got a goal and an assist. And then I find out it's Harry Wilson, of course. Anyhow, Josh King, Wilson, and then, of course, Callum Wilson, my player, getting the assist, and Douglas Luiz getting, of course, on the score sheet for Aston Villa. 2-1 it was there. Grealish with the assist. It looks like, I'm assuming Harry Wilson is going to be getting the 3 bonus, Ramsdale and Josh King. Moving on to Brighton, 1-1. Of course, Trossard, of all players, and I heard, I did hear, and again we are going to come to it, so don't panic, that Ray Joyce stuck with Trossard. Well done to you. Trossard getting the goal, and Chicharito with Lanzini the assist. And it looks like Lanzini, Chicharito and Duncan Gross are going to get the other bonus points. Who knows? Everton. Bit of an odd one, Everton. Pre-season couldn't score for love nor money. Comes into this season, they still can't score. Is their whole season going to end up being 0-0s and 1-0s? Bernard getting the goal and Digne assist. Found out today that, what's his name? Some lad, I forget his name, he accidentally captained Greenwood last week. He captained Digne this week. Well done to you there. Well done. And it's Bernard, Digne and Mina that's going to get the bonus points there. So, well done to Digne, captainers. Pretty much only one of you out there. And of course, moving on to the game where FPL Booner must be eating his flaming words now. My goodness. If anybody made a bet with him, I mean, Andy, aka Resi Dezzle, must be loving life. Bringing in Pukki. I did say do well. Pukki getting a hat-trick and Cantwell getting 2 assists. He's only a 4.5 midfielder as well. And John Joe Shelby and Longstaff with the assist. Moving on to Liverpool. Now this is a team that does genuinely concern me, Liverpool, from a defensive perspective. All of pre-season, they've been conceding goals. Towards the end of last season, conceding goals. Mane's back, scores a goal, and I'm serious. I've already got an assist. I didn't know that. Wow. I am seriously thinking of getting rid of Salah and bringing in Mane. I think that Mane could have the season of his life this year. I really do. And I just have this feeling. Like I said, I've predicted Liverpool to win the title this year again. Just because I think that Klopp learns from his mistakes. And I have this gut feeling that Mane could be essential rather than Salah. Salah, of course, blanking. Very popular captain pick there. Oh, and of course, the bonus points from the Norwich game was Pukki, Cantwell and Lewis. Oh no, not Lewis, Shelby. Anyway, of course, the Liverpool game, Mane getting 3, Firmino and James Milner. Danny Ings coming back to not necessarily haunt his team, but of course, scoring against his form team. And then finally on to Man City. But at the moment it's 3-2. Obviously I haven't got the updated version, but the point being it's 3-2. Aguero, Sterling and Jesus with the 3 goals. And Lucas Moura! 1 goal, 1 assist in the last 2 matches. You get what you pay for, and he's done it. I don't want to hear anybody complaining that they got rid of him. There's a reason why you brought him in, and if you got rid of him, that's your own blinking fault, okay? I don't want anybody complaining that they got rid of him. Lamella with the other one. Lamella could be somebody to be getting in. We'll get FPL Booner on. I'm sure he'll be wanting to come live on air to talk about this game. Getting an assist as well. And Ndombele adding to his goal last week. And of course Kevin De Bruyne, with his 2 assists. Again, apologies, I don't know the 3rd assist to be at. Oh, that's even more of a kick in the teeth. Kevin De Bruyne getting 3 bonus at the moment. Or he was. Lamella. And then Aguero. Anyway, yeah, they're my basic thoughts on today's games. To be honest with you, I'm not. Like I say, am I happy with my team? There's some fires to be putting out. Like I said, it's Gilbert, Wesley, Sigurdsson. I am seriously... Oh, hold on a minute. What's this? Finished... Oh! VAR, lads. VAR. Wow, okay. Can anybody tell me why it was ruled out? I'm sure anybody that's coming live on air will be able to let me know. But wow, okay, right, okay. Wow, I'm assuming handball. Right, okay, thank you. So it was a handball. Right, okay. Well, interesting. So yeah, like I said, I want to get your calls live on air right now. And I apologise for not speaking to the chat, but I think it's more important right now to get live callers on and talk about their particular gaming. Of course, I haven't looked through the Cash Mini League. I'll quickly go through the Cash Mini League. Let's see what's going on, and then we'll get some callers on. In fact, you know what? I'll get a caller on immediately. Let's get the old headphones in, and we'll get a caller on, and we'll find out how people are feeling. In fact, I'll get Andy on, because Andy was the one that brought in Pukki, and I want Andy to gloat. Andy, get ready, aka Wezzy Dezzle. You're coming live on air with me, and you can gloat all night long regarding your Pukki pick. Where are you at? In fact, I don't know if I can drag you in. I can't actually. What's going on here? Why is everything gone? And right, Andy, get ready. You're coming on live with me right now. Hello, Andy, are you there? No, you're not. Hold a minute, let me just sort this out. Sorry about this, everybody. It's just that when you're using this on the laptop, it's not quite as easy as using it on a PC. And even if it wasn't a PC, I'd probably be messing everything up anyway. So let's get Andy on right now. He should be on right now. Nope, it's not coming in. Come on. Andy, you're live with Steve-O on the Elite FPL calling. Come on, Andy.
Alright, Steve, how's it going?
Well, you know how I feel. I want to know. Oh, can you make sure that you're listening to the stream through headphones, please? That is coming right back. Please make sure anybody that's calling in to make sure that you're listening to me through headphones rather than anything else but basically speakers or whatever. I'll quickly bring GW on. GW, good afternoon to you. You are live on the Elite FPL Call, my friend. How are you, mate? How was your game week? Hello, GW.
Yes, I'm here.
Hello there. Come on, mate. Double Everton defence. You must be loving life.
Yes and no, to be honest, because last week I had a brainwave that, I know what, instead of risking Zinchenko, I'll get a surefire Man City defender. So I'll bring in Ederson, and I'll drop Pickford. So I had treble Everton defence, and I watered it down to double. And I brought in this fabulous player instead of Zinchenko. Oh, he's amazing, this player. Kurt Bloody Zuma. I'm glad that's cheered you up.
God. Oh, that's cheered me up. You never know. You never know. Zuma may get you a clean sheet tomorrow.
So last week, that last minute decision cost me 7 points. Who knows how many points it's going to cost me this week? But I'm feeling I'm going to do a mini wildcard. I've got 2 free transfers. I've got 3 Bournemouth assets, and 2 of them are gone.
How are you? In all seriousness, I mean, I've got your team up on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I gave Bournemouth 2 matches for my particular players, and they failed. Apart from Wilson, I had Wilson and Fraser, and they failed me. How are you feeling about Fraser?
He's gone.
Yeah.
Because I want KDB so much.
Yeah.
I've only got 3 spaces in my midfield. Fraser is taking up one of them. And so, yeah. And a little -4, and KDB will be with me next week to batter Bournemouth.
Have you, I've seen his fixtures. They're absolutely stunning. And I'm just still, inside, I'm so angry at myself for not sticking with your gut. Oh yeah, I haven't even explained why I went with Salah. Sterling captain. That's a point. I'll go into detail about that in a minute. But yeah, I didn't go with my gut, and I'm fuming.
Yeah.
I didn't stick with Kevin De Bruyne and got in Sigurdsson instead. I'm assuming that.
Didn't.
Yeah, I basically the story is that I had the same team as Jason, exactly the same, and Jason had a 4-5-1 formation. Came to game week 1 when it all finalised, and Jason turned out with a 4-4, the exact same team that I had, and I went to my favoured 3-5-2 formation, and Jason's now going to be 10, maybe 13 points clear of me. Plus, he's going to have Wan-Bissaka on Monday, and knowing Jason's luck, he's going to be getting a clean sheet as well against Wolves. But yeah, I mean, have you thought about your -4 and which specific players you're going to get out? Not only, I know you've just said Fraser, but which of the other 2 Bournemouth assets are you going to get rid of? Both of them?
Right, so it's Fraser and Wilson.
For definite. Despite the fact Wilson's got you a goal and an assist over the last 2, which to be fair is pretty good.
That is pretty good, but like I said, I want KDB so much. So, Digne is gone.
Eh?
Digne is gone, yeah.
Why?
Fraser is gone.
Why Digne?
Wilson is gone. Yeah, Digne's gone, Wilson's gone, and Fraser's gone.
But why are you getting rid
bring in, let me tell you, that'll bring in AWB, KDB, and Barnes.
Ashley Barnes. Yeah, I have said to everybody that when Burnley are playing well, and I've said this, I said if we play well against Arsenal, jump onto Burnley assets straight away. And I tell you what, but Barnes, yes. Yeah. I'm liking it.
Saying that?
Yeah. So you're keeping Josh King then?
Yeah, penalty taker, isn't he?
You see, I've got the dilemma of the fact that I've only got a 6 million striker, but we can go into detail about that another day. But there's
no way. I was going to say, there's no way, come game week 3, I'm going to have 3 Bournemouth assets. I can tell you that for definite. No way.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I think for me, Bournemouth have just not proven themselves to be worth having, to be honest with you. Gee whiz, have you? Yeah, go on. Final words, go on.
I was going to say, I still trust them, and if it wasn't for the fact of how badly I want KDB in my team, I would probably even play, I don't know, one of them bench fodders instead of one of the Bournemouth assets. But it's not going to work for 1 week because KDB is going to absolutely annihilate Bournemouth next week. I want to be on that train as well.
Just one quick question for you. How soon are you going to be doing this hit? Because let's be honest here, KDB is probably going to go up by 0.2 by next week. That's what I'm concerned about.
You reckon that much?
Yeah, I really do. He's 9.5, and the amount of people that are going to bring in KDB is going to go through the roof after tonight. I think he's going to go up by 0.2.
I'm going to keep an eye on that, website that predicts the price changes, and that will determine when I do it. But obviously, I want to leave it as late as possible. But if my hand gets false and it gets false, I'll just do it.
Yeah, cool.
Because one price rise is going to absolutely mangle that whole 3 assets coming out. So if the price rises dictate my moves, then so be it.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Gee whiz, thank you for joining us tonight on this quick call-in. Thank you.
Been a pleasure. Keep up the good work, Steve-O.
Cheers, dude. Thank you very much.
Love all the work you lot do at Elite FPL.
Really appreciate
Discord is banging. Discord is banging. If you guys ain't in Discord, please get in there.
Yeah. I completely agree with
Absolutely
you.
banging.
G-Wiz, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Cheers, dude. There's G-Wiz with his thoughts there. Like me, really tempted to be taking a -4 because, well, there's no tempting about it. I am going to be taking a -4. I maybe consider taking a -8. That's how I'm feeling right now. Now, it's going to be the classic thing of sleep on it, Steve-O. But anyway, we're going to try and go with Andy again. So Andy, if you're listening, I'm hoping that you're listening with headphones or not, because the feedback was really bad earlier on. So Andy, you are live with me again. Hello, Andy.
Alright, how's it going, Steve?
I'm going to ask you one question.
Yeah.
And all I want you to do is tell everybody about how happy you are about Pukki.
Delighted. Okay. I mean, there's only one word, but delighted. Because he got a hat trick, and I got £10 off Boona. You can't get much better than that.
So that's your entrance fee paid for today for the Cash Mini League. Now, come on.
Absolutely.
I mean, we didn't expect Pukki to get a hat trick. We expected him to score, but not get a hat trick. You must be the over. Did you captain him by any chance?
Oh, I didn't, unfortunately. After the injury news, I didn't feel confident with him anymore.
Injury news?
Yeah, there was injury news that another 3 Norwich players were injured, along with their 2 centre-backs. So I decided to bail on Pukki.
Wow. You a bit annoyed with your, what's his name, McGinn not doing anything today?
Not really, because he actually had a couple of chances, so I'm confident going into the next couple of game weeks that he'll do something for me.
Wow. Andy, the feedback is, I don't. Do you not listen to this through headphones now?
I'm listening to headphones right now.
Strange. I wonder if anybody could help Andy regarding the feedback, because it's just... Yeah, anyway. Andy, thank you so much for joining us.
No worries.
There's Andy there, a.k.a. Resi Dezel, that's normally in the chat with us. We're going to bring on Shaban. Shaban, you are live on the Elite FPL Call in this evening. Good evening, Shaban.
Good evening. How are you doing, Steve-O?
Well, you know how I'm feeling. I want to know how are you feeling. How did you get on this particular game week?
Pretty average, to be honest. I'm on 41 at the moment with 2 to play, Zuma and Tielemans.
Are you... Oh. So you've got 2 players playing against each other.
Yeah.
What would your preferred outcome be realistically?
Well, if we're talking realistically, then I'd rather Tielemans blank and Zuma get a clean sheet. But otherwise, I'd like Tielemans to go on a bit of a tear and get, a real good haul. But that's not likely to happen.
Are you in the Cash Mini League?
I am, yes.
And do you know roughly where you were last week, rank-wise?
Yeah, a pretty bang average. I had about 74 points, so nothing special,
Right, okay, so you were quite near the bottom, so to speak, there. So
Yeah.
I'm going to ask straight away, are there any thoughts for you regarding immediate transfers like myself and G-Wiz?
Yeah, well, I've saved up my game week 1, so I've got 2 this week. I'm looking at Foster, Fraser, probably as the 2, depending on what happens in this match coming up now. But yeah, they're the 2 that I want to get out. And I'm just going to try and save a bit of money, probably bank it, and see where I go from there, I think, for the next week.
So we got your team up on screen now. It's a 4-5-1. It's pretty... Yeah, I'm looking at that. I look at that and I just look at... It's just Fraser and King that stick out like a sore thumb to me.
Yeah.
Are you disappointed with Fraser over 2 games against promoted teams?
Definitely, especially after last season. He should be annihilating those sorts of teams.
No, I completely agree. And how are you feeling about the Salah blank?
I always get the captain wrong. He's done it to me twice in a row. I think it's going to have to be Sterling from now on as my default captain. I'm not taking him off Sterling unless he's got a really bad game, which is...
Yeah. I mean, Have you got any final... We've got loads of calls to get in. Have you got any final thoughts before we let you go, Shaban?
No, not really. Just what do you think? Should I go for Foster or King to get out? I'm going to get Fraser out. So
actually, yeah, G-Wiz made a good point that King's on penalties. I think Foster. Yeah. I think Watford as it stands right now. I think Watford are doomed.
They are, aren't they?
I think that coming out from last season, apparently their record was atrocious. This was the end of last season. They get battered by City in the FA Cup. They come into this season, they lose heavily to Brighton. They've gone and lost today 1-0, so it's a 4-0 aggregate loss so far in total. I think get rid of Watford ASAP.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, thanks, Steve.
But I ain't helping on who you want to get in because you're a rival. Cheers, Shaban. There's Shaban there with his thoughts and everything. Right, I'm going to quickly go over as the reasons as to why I captained Sterling, because I heard Jason earlier on saying, why is he going for Sterling for? He normally plays it safe. Yes, that is true. But I've also made a decision that I'm going with not only my gut, but I'm also going with the history now. Sterling's history versus Tottenham was exactly the same as Salah versus Southampton, barring a 2-game difference. Sterling, over the past God knows how many months, has been playing exceptionally well. This season, Pep seems to be playing him in a more central kind of role, allowing him to cut in a lot more. I just think, as Shaban's just mentioned, Sterling is the main man for City, barring Kevin De Bruyne. Forget Aguero, forget Bernardo Silva, forget David Silva, forget Rodri. It's KDB and Sterling. G-Wiz made a point just now. KDB is going to destroy Bournemouth alone. And I think I have this gut feeling that I'm going to be doing a -8 tonight. -4, sorry. I think that I don't know, but I think that KDB is going to rise by 0.2 by next week, Friday, Saturday, whatever. I won't be able to afford him. I need to get rid of Wesley. Absolutely useless. I don't care that his fixtures are okay. The fact, like I said, he couldn't score against Bournemouth, waste of time. Fraser, as me and Shaban have just agreed with, and G-Wiz, useless. Interestingly, it's Sigurdsson. I've said this all along. Sigurdsson is the KDB for Everton. The problem is that Everton can't seem to score. They've scored 1 goal in 2 games. They scored 3 goals in pre-season. They're not conceding. In fact, maybe they're the team to double up in defence and not even look at their attacking assets. But for me, the fires to put out are Sigurdsson, Fraser, Wesley. 2 utterly useless, and Sigurdsson to upgrade for the funds to get KDB in. People like Jason or like Shaban just now that have got KDB are rubbing their hands with glee. They are absolutely loving it. People like me, I'm disheartened by the whole thing, and I'm not particularly happy with the fact that, again, I don't want to keep banging on about it, that I didn't go with my gut. But yeah, the reason why, like I said, I went with Sterling is because he's key to everything that Man City do. His record against Tottenham. Salah, I was just concerned about his minutes, but not only that, but in fact, I'm sorry to keep saying it, but G-Wiz made a very funny, interesting point earlier, that at the end of the day, Salah's high ownership, most people would have captained him. But I've got Salah anyway, so whatever he got, I would have just lost out on the points. And to be honest, I thought Sterling would probably match Salah this week. But the fact that Mane, 2 goals against Chelsea, a goal and assist today, I think that it's going to be the classic Mane versus Salah debate. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's what I think. Right then, let's get on another caller. Let's find out what people are thinking. Notorious Nerd. Let's get Notorious Nerd on, shall we? Notorious Nerd, you are live on the Elite FPL calling tonight. Good evening. Hello, Notorious Nerd. Come on, don't go away. We want to get you live on air, my friend. Notorious Nerd, you are live on the Elite FPL calling. Come on. No, he's not coming on. Right then, Termite Red. We're going to get it right one day. So Termite Red, you are coming live on the Elite FPL calling. Termite Red, you are live on the Elite FPL calling, my friend. Everybody's being shy. They're constantly going in and out. Hello, Termite Red. No, you can't. Right, fine. Mayet, you are live on the Elite FPL calling.
Hello, Steve-O.
Hello there, how are you?
I'm okay.
How's your game week been?
So, I'll put it in rate my team now.
Tell us the points that you've got today so far.
So, it's not as good as I would like, but anyway. I'm probably going to end up getting... I'm going to take 35 and a -4, so 31. And after bonus points of Firmino and KDB, it will take me back to 35 with 3 players to go.
So, you've got... Say that again, you've got... KDB...
So...
Yeah, go on. Repeat that again.
No, I'm here. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, go on.
So, I'm going to take a minus... I'll be on 35, then after my -4, I'll be on 31. Then I got 3 for KDB, which would take me to 34, and 2 for Firmino, so it'll probably be like 36 with 3 to go.
And so what was your transfer today? What was the what was your minus hit then?
It was terrible. So I took out Wilson for Rashford, which would probably end up working, and I took out Lucas Moura from again to have 1.5 left over to upgrade to Son.
So you're thinking of jumping on the Son bandwagon. Why?
His ownership is low. I think it's like 1%, and I think he could do well.
Okay, interesting. Okay. So overall then, you're not particularly happy with this game week. Have you got any players left?
I've got 3 left.
Oh, which 3?
Rashford, Wan-Bissaka, and Henderson.
Right, okay. So do you think that Rashford and Wan-Bissaka and Henderson will get you, well, let's be honest here, maybe 15 points, potentially? A clean sheet from Henderson, a goal from Rashford, maybe?
Yeah, if I get to like 50 points, I'll be happy. I'll take it. It's open hands.
Brilliant.
But I'm more irritated about Adrian's mistake, because I would have had double clean sheet.
Yeah.
Robertson and Van Dijk.
What actually happened there?
I think so. What happened is Van Dijk passed the ball back to Adrian, and then he tried to pass it to Firmino, and it just got touched Danny Ings and went in.
Brilliant. Just a unfortunate error there. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Maya, thank you for coming on the FPL call, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
Cheers, dude. FPL Boona is on the chat now. FPL Boona, you are live on the Elite FPL calling. How are you?
You're not great, mate. Not great.
So, we'll talk about real life football first. Take it away. What was the Man City Tottenham game like from a Spurs fan perspective?
I don't know how we didn't lose, to be honest. City had something crazy like 25 shots or something, and Spurs had like 3, something like that. And we somehow managed to, keep it at 2-2. And I heard VAR got 3 full bonus points, stole it at the death from De Bruyne. So, hey, I'm not complaining.
How did Spurs actually play today?
Not great. First half, we could have been out of sight. It should have been 4 or 5-0, if I'm completely honest. De Bruyne absolutely ran the show. I don't really know what to say apart from that was probably the best thing that's happened all day. Apart from me getting rid of Mora. Typical.
You tweeted out that you did Moira to Pulisic. Do you want to tell us why?
Yeah. Just a hunch because he got subbed off at 74 minutes and he looked good in the Liverpool game and his fixtures looked good. So literally it was just a punt. I mean, if Martial hadn't risen, I would have gone Martial. But because of that, I thought, why not try something different? It might pay off. Who knows? We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. But generally, the game week's been atrocious.
How many points have you got?
23.
I mean, as much as I've been ranting about my specific day, when I get people like GW2 coming on yourself, I'm not going to lie, it makes me feel a bit better and it feels like therapy.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, how many players have you got left to play?
So I'm on 23 from 7. I've got 4 players to go. My wildcard is active.
What?
My wildcard is active. Yeah. As soon as that second Liverpool goal was conceded, I thought there's no chance. I'm not keeping this team. There's too many players I don't want. I really don't care. I'm past caring, actually. The way I've started this season, I actually don't give a, the rest.
Interesting.
So, I just wanted to say, whilst you've got me on though, I just wanted to apologise to everyone that I shut down regarding Pukki because fair bloody play. I'm so gutted. But congratulations. Those points, well deserved. I was hating every second of it. If my TV could fit through the window, it would have been out of there, but it just couldn't fit. So I just, I'm gutted. But hey, they took the risk and, it kind of paid off. Well, it handsomely paid off.
Whereabouts are you in the Cash Mini League? Is it the second page?
Well, if there's 80 players, I'm probably 85th. But yeah, I'm on the second page.
Oh yeah, got you straight away. Right, let's have a right. So you've openly admitted that you've wildcard. Now we know that Chicken Tikka Mo Salah has wildcarded already. What on earth he was going through his mind? No idea. But I'm laughing because, like I said, I think I've got it bad. But that's only because of my rivalry with Jason. Now I'm looking at your team. For people listening on audio, FPL Boona, regular contributor, one of our moderators, has said he's hit the wild card. You can't turn that back now. That's hit. So,
It's hit.
Tom Heaton in goal.
Gone.
Ryan Button, Alexander Arnold, Lundstrom, Van Dijk, Pulisic, Sterling, Perez, Salah, Fraser, Jota Wilson, Rico, Greenwood, Walker Peters. Now, of that 15, how many do you think you are going to get rid of?
One step. Let me just count how many I've still got in. 1, 2, 3. I've still got about 4 or 5, including the fodder.
So basically,
so I'm getting rid of at least 10.
Are you willing right now to reveal your wildcard team as of now? Because it's bound to change.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
It's not. I don't really like it right now.
We are your rivals. That's fine. That's not a problem at all. And the fact that you just said
it's not even because of that. It's because it actually looks pretty rubbish right now, and it's not going to look anything like this. So maybe by the end of the stream. How long are you planning to stream for, Steve?
However long the callers want to talk for.
Cool. I'm going to work it throughout this call, so I'll let you know towards the end if that's all right. But
that's fine. Do you want to just
honestly?
Are you confident ahead of the Chelsea game tomorrow regarding Pulisic?
No, I'm not confident of anything after today. I've literally given hope, but how I see it is the only way is up. So there's something to be optimistic about. There's a long season ahead, so I'm going to try to keep my head. But I think I had to wildcard, and I'm going to try something different. Maybe a Son and Kane double up for the fixtures that are coming, something like that, to kind of elevate me.
I think to rub it in the wound even more, you owe Andy a tenner. So
Yeah. I've got his PayPal address. To be fair, I won 50 quid though today, so it's not so bad.
There we are. Some kind of whatever the flaming word is, I've forgotten. Boona, if you want to just mute yourself, you're more than happy to stay on, but if you just mute yourself, I know you said that you want to go. What I'm going to do just quickly is I'm going to go over the Elite FPL cash mini league, and let's see how the top 4 are doing right now, shall we? So here we go. We have Charlie, Chicken Tikka Mo Salah, as he's more commonly known in the Discord. Played his wildcard. Played his triple captain last week. Now he's played his wildcard. 52 points. For people listening on audio, Matt Ryan, Van Dijk, Digne, Wan-Bissaka, Sigurdsson, Sterling, Salah. Now this is when I just was like, I agreed with Daily Llama, I think it was, that said, has his account been hacked? Pereira of Man United, McGinn, Pukki, Aubameyang, and then on the bench it's just a bunch of fodder. 52 points. I'm sorry, Charlie, but I think that any form of advantage that you had over us has completely backfired, and I'm sorry, mate, but I think that you've gone and blown your... I know it's only game week 2, but your possible opportunity of winning it. I know it's early days, but yeah, I'm sorry, mate, but I think wildcarding now, especially bringing in certain players, madness. On to very
Steve,
good...
have you seen that yellow flag over Digne?
Yeah, I don't know if it's serious or not. Is it anything serious? Or I've looked at it.
Apparently a hamstring. Early reports say that there's a chance he could miss out next week, but keep an eye on it.
I think keep an eye on it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to panic into getting rid of him. I'm sorry, but I'm more panicked about Wesley, Fraser, and whoever else I've completely forgotten about. On to a good friend of mine, Mr. Reed, second in the Cash Mini League, 29 points at the moment. Matt Ryan, Wan-Bissaka left to play, Zinchenko, Van Dijk, Barkley, Sterling, Salah, Martial, Greenwood, Aubameyang captain, and Wilson. Surprised he's playing Greenwood, but he is a Man United fan, and like Jason said, there's probably a chance he's going to get some minutes, but I agree that, simply put, I think that you're going to be lucky to come out of this. I mean, I just have this gut feeling based on Jason's luck, he's going to flame and get a clean sheet, Wan-Bissaka, and probably an assist as well. Like I say, the rivalry between me and Jason does wind me up a bit. Now then, on to Ray Joyce. Now, Ray Joyce, I know he had Trossard, and I think he's done really well. Okay. 38 points. You see, when we've got 42, it's like Captain Gaming said to me, stop focusing on Jason's team. I know that is completely true. So here we go. 38 points. Matt Ryan, Digne, Van Dijk, Alexander-Arnold, Wan-Bissaka, Perez, Trossard, Sterling, Salah, and then up front Rashford and Wilson. So I reckon he could be into the 50s by the time game week 2's finished. And remember, everybody, me and Jason are doing a live stream on Monday evening when it's Wolves versus Man United. So we're doing a live stream during the game. So make sure you get that in your diary. That's myself and Jason are doing a live stream during the Wolves versus Man United game. And yeah, I've gone and clicked off the wrong blinking thing. So that's Ray Joyce's team on the screen at the moment. Moving on to, well, again, a lot of teams on the same points as of today when the game started. So Henrik Einström, 40 points. He's got a 5-4-1. He captains Salah. It's Matt Ryan, Robertson, Laporte, Dunk, Van Dijk, Coleman in his back 5. Martial, De Bruyne, Salah, Sterling, and Josh King. Had a pretty good game, actually, to be fair, having Josh King, Kevin De Bruyne, Sterling coming in with the points. Well done to you there. Of course, Coleman looks like he's got a yellow card today, it appears like. Moving on to Ian Rose, who, of course, last week played his bench boost. Did he play another chip? Let's find out right now with Ian Rose's team. Oh, he did. He's played his another wildcarder. What's going on here? Must give hope to us people in this mini league. So let's just see what he's done. Tom Heaton, Maitland-Niles, Alexander-Arnold, Digne, Zinchenko, De Bruyne, Mane. So he's gone Mane. Right. Mane, Sterling, Lanzini. Okay, fair play to you there for getting him in. Martial and Keane. And then on the bench, just a bunch of bench fodder again. Wow, so 2 people in the top 4, and he's on 50 points. On our top 4 have used a chip. 2 chips, in fact. And we've already had FPL Boona on the line saying that he's taken a wild card as well. Wow. Really interesting. I'm glad that my kind of mood has kind of been lightened a bit. What we're going to do now is we're going to bring on another caller. Let's bring on Zulu Ninja. Well, actually, no, he's only just... Yeah, let's just bring on Zulu Ninja. Zulu Ninja? You are live on the Elite FPL Call, my friend. Zulu Ninja, welcome to the show.
Yeah, all right, mate?
I'm feeling a lot more confident than what I was about half an hour ago. How's your game week been?
Well, like Boona, Wildcard is activated.
Thank God I'm not alone.
Right.
I was contemplating it throughout the 3 o'clock kickoffs, and then I had, because I don't have Sky Sports, I had Man City on my phone, and I had the FPL on my desktop, and every time I was looking at my team, I was getting more and more and more angry with it. And it got to half time, and I just went, bang, Wildcard, let's do it.
Why? Right, are you in the Cash Mini League?
I'm not.
Right, unfortunately I'm having a bit of a tech issue with getting up the teams on screen, so can you please run through what your team was today before you hit the wildcard button?
Okay, team today, Ryan in goal. Defence, Robertson, Van Dijk, Wan-Bissaka, Luka Dean, and Mings, the back 5. Midfield, Salah, Sterling, Sigurdsson, Moira, and then Moise Keane up front.
Right, so I'm thinking to myself, hold on a minute here. That sounds like a really, really good team, barring Moise Keane. And you've hit the wildcard button?
Yeah, it was, like I said, Moise Keane's done nothing, Sigurdsson's done nothing, the Liverpool double defence I'm not happy with. And Lucas Moira was going to be getting shipped out anyway, and there was just other players I wanted to bring in. So it just had to be done. I mean, I can stick me first draft in the rate me team if you want.
Unfortunately, like I said, I've got a bit of a technical issue with bringing up teams from the Discord. I apologise for that.
No bother.
Sigurdsson's someone for me where I said that he's one of these players where he will, throughout the whole season, bag you roughly 200, between 180 and 200 points, but it's so sporadic that he's a very frustrating player to own. And I think it was Dereco that said that you've got to keep him because it could be any moment that he gets you a double-digit score. For me, though, the fact that he's done nothing against against Watford and Crystal Palace. Now, admittedly, they were down to 10 men after 70 minutes, and Sigurdsson was subbed quite early on. I'm willing to give him. I mean, his fixtures.
The fixtures look brilliant, but they just look weak going forward.
Yeah,
they look terrible.
They can't seem to score. Up next is Aston Villa away, Wolves at home, Bournemouth away. Of those 3 fixtures, I don't know why they've got Bournemouth as a grey. I think that Bournemouth are flaming there for the taking, but Bournemouth and Villa are quite clearly the 2 fixtures that stand out for me in the next 3. I think Wolves is going to be a really, really difficult game, and that will really test their defence. But you sure you haven't panicked?
Well, possibly. Only time will tell on that one. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. But yeah, I was, like I said, kept on looking at it, and I was just like, something has to change here. There's other players I want to get in, and I think I've got more firepower in the squad now. I really, really do.
Do you not think? Did you have 2 free transfers for next week?
No, because I took out Alderweireld for Mings for this week. And then,
wow,
obviously, that was a great transfer.
You took out Alderweireld for Mings?
Yeah.
Good God.
Because that was going to free up money for future transfers. It was all a plan that was going to be active, and then, I just got angry at her. And things had to change.
Well, people are loving life that people are playing their wildcards. Everybody in chat is clapping their hands with glee. Zulu Ninja, have you got any final thoughts before we let you go?
No, just like to echo what everyone else says, Steve. Or you and Jason, cracking job out you do. Keep up the good work, and we're here for the journey, mate.
Talking of which, I have some breaking news for everybody, and I wonder what people are going to say in chat. Let's get that chat up right now. According to a few people, Jason is going to go top of the Cash Mini League.
I thought you were going to say topless then.
No. He's going to be top of the Cash Mini League, everybody. Would you believe it? Absolutely unreal.
You know he's not going to let you live it down.
But no, Basketball, 45,000 managers so far have transferred out Salah. I'll ask you straight away, Zulu. Your thoughts on actually Mane now taking over from Salah's position like he did last year when it came to point scoring, pretty much, give or take, matching him?
That's another transfer I'm contemplating. Swapping Salah out for Mane.
I think
it's one that I am contemplating doing.
I think Resi Dezel is Andy is saying that Jason's going to be second. Right, okay. Ian Rose, breaking news. Ian Rose is going to be top of the league. Thank you, Alex A there. Wow, so Alex A at the moment tonight is going to go top and Jason's going to go second. Ooh. So Boona, you're going with Mane and Zula, you're thinking, I think it's a really good move.
Home record as well. So he's got 2 and 3 home games. I'm just going to make sure I make the most of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm just annoyed with Salah, honestly.
Oh, and why is that, Boona?
What was he thinking? What was he playing at today? What an absolute nightmare.
It's because our captain didn't.
I'm not having that. He's out. Even I don't care if it's rash. He's out. He's gone.
Can you expand on what you're talking? I have no idea what you're talking about. So please, for anybody else that doesn't know what you're talking about, what happened with Salah today?
He's gone. He's out of my team. Mane's in the Wildcard and staying that way. I'm saving that 1 million. Mane's got a better home record, and the rest is history. Simple as.
Wow.
I'm annoyed.
And Zulu, you're thinking virtually the same?
Yeah, it'll just give me the extra money to strengthen up in the defence a little bit. That's looking at the first draft I've done. That's probably an area I could do with a little bit of bolstering up. So that extra money would probably help with that. Plus, Mane's in form at the moment from the last 2 games.
Fascinating. Well, it'd be great to have you on either tomorrow or Monday or wherever, talking us through your latest wildcard drafts. Zulu, thank you for joining us.
No problem, Matt.
Cheers, dude. There was Zulu Ninja there. Another player that has hit his wildcard. I'll go for a bit of admin. So for anybody that's watching this right now, simply hit that like button to show your support. It's really, really does help. If you're brand new to this stream and you haven't subscribed, just simply hit that subscribe button and you'll be able to get on air, because that way you can find out what the Discord link is, get onto Discord, and then get into the waiting room like a load of people are at the moment, and you'll be able to get live on air with myself and Jason to rant, gloat, do whatever you want and talk things all FPL. Termite Red, we tried you earlier, let's try you again. Termite Red, you were live on the Elite FPL Call, my friend. Nope, he's not there. Right, okay. Tornado.
Have you seen Daily Lama's score? And he's done so good, honestly.
Okay, where is he in the Kashmir League?
He's towards the end of the first page. So 3rd from bottom on the first page in the Cash League. So unbelievable.
Daily Lama, if you don't know, and I'll be shocked that you don't know who he is, he's one of our moderators, a good friend of myself, Jason, and Booner's. There he is, straight away. And let's see.
66 after Baps.
Get lost. 50. No, right, so he's on 58, but including bonus points that are going to come in.
And he's had a captain veil. Just look at his differentials pay off. Unbelievable. Fair play.
So, for anybody listening on audio, we've got Tom Heaton in goal, Van Dijk, Dino, Wan-Bissaka still to play, Salah captain, Sterling, Perez, De Bruyne, Trossard, Pukki, who I know for a fact that he brought in today or whenever this week, and then Wilson. Lara, if you want to come on air and gloat, please be our guest. This is what we're here for. This is what these call-ins are for people just to gloat and talk about their team, all things FPL. Let's get on Tornado Gangster. Tornado Gangster, you are live on the Elite FPL Call, my friend. Tornado Gangster, you need to unmute your mic and your... Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, mate. How many points you got today, then?
41 more than you.
40? 40?
3.
43. One more than me.
42.
Right. Have you hit that wildcard button?
No.
Right. Okay. So do you want to tell us what your team is? And
Put it on rate my team, but I'm guessing you're having some issues. I think.
yeah, I'll be able to look at it. But if you want to tell the audience who are listening through audio what that particular team is.
Heaton, Robo, Digne, Van Dijk, Perez, De Donker, Salah, Fraser, De Bruyne, KDB, King, and Kane.
So you must. So it's the Kevin De Bruyne, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Kevin De Bruyne is paid off.
Somewhat Digne.
You must be very, very happy owning Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah. Now I'm not gonna hit wildcard, but I will. I have 2 free transfers, and I'm potentially after today's performance. After I'm waiting on tomorrow's Wadi's performance, I'm potentially gonna do Kane to Wadi, Fraser to Son.
Wow. FPL Booney, you just heard that Tornado Gangster is doing that particular move. What are your thoughts instantly on doubling up on the 2 Spurs assets there?
No, I'm not getting. I'm getting rid of Kane.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
my apologies. Okay, straight away
I don't know
then.
about that.
Right, okay. Why did you say that, Boona?
I think we've got some good fixtures coming up, and Son coming back. Son and Kane usually perform really well together. I understand for money purposes, you want to get rid of Kane. I can get that, but there's a chance that could backfire.
Yeah.
Who else was it? So it was Kane to Vardy and who to Son?
Fraser, 7.5 to 9.5.
Yeah, good work. I mean, Vardy's got a good fixture in Sheffield United, so
There's a lot of
you got a risk there, innit? So
there's a lot of people talking about Son bringing him in immediately next week. I'm personally going to wait and see. Your thoughts, Boona, on that? Not just Tornado's transfer, but just people in general that are thinking of bringing in Son. Now
Yeah, a lot of people.
if you think he's going to do well, bring him in. I'm bringing him in on my wild card, but I'm done with this blame Boona stuff. So I'm not advocating no players.
Yes, exactly. Tornado, any more final thoughts before we let you go?
Yeah, nothing much. I'm now have to wait for Digne news.
Yes, of course. Yes, the Digne news. I think he'll be all right, unless he was stretchered off or anything. I think he'll be okay. Tornado.
I heard he walked off.
Yeah, Tornado. Thank you for joining us. There we are. There, Tornado Gangster joining us there. Taj M will bring you on. Taj M, you are live on the Elite FPL Call, my friend. Everybody seems to... Hello, Taj M? No, he's not there either. Right, okay. Let's bring on another caller. Let's see. Bloody hell, we've got a lot of people. In fact, we have got a regular co-host in the morning show. So if you're wondering, morning show? What are you talking about? Here we go. I'm going to take the mick out of you lot now. I always do a special Oceania based...
Try again, Steve.
Stuff it. I always do a Southern Hemisphere based morning call-in for the guys that join us from basically Australia, New Zealand, and one of our regulars, Kev, aka Statman, is live with us now. Come on, Kev. Hello, Kev. How are you, mate? Come on, Kev. Don't let me down. You're live on the Elite FPL calling. Here he is.
I'm here, mate. I'm here.
Thank goodness for that. More importantly, how are you doing, my friend? How's your game week gone today?
Can you cancel the wild card?
I'm afraid you can't. No, have you hit it? Have you?
Oh, I have.
Brilliant.
And I was sure about it. Mom, I'm in the same boat as Zulu and Boona. I was seeing the scores coming in. I thought, nah, F this, and I hit it. And then as the game week played out, and I started waking up, because you got to remember that's at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's as I wake up and look at my phone. I wasn't probably thinking the best. But nah, I've hit it, and I'll make it work. I have got some pretty major issues to deal with. But yeah, it was probably a bit hasty, Steve-O.
Right, so we got your team up on screen right now. You got 33 points. Heaton, Wan-Bissaka, Robertson, Gomez, De Bruyne, Tielemans, Salah, Fraser, Wesley, Wilson, and Aubameyang. Yeah, I'm looking at that, and I'm. Could you have taken right? Oh my goodness.
Steve, can I stop you once? Sorry to stop you. Just quite a few people have been saying in the chat that your mic's really loud. Is it turned up to the max? And
yeah, it's because
I think it's echoing slightly.
Yeah, it's
because of how loud it is.
Yeah, I'll deal with that now. Statman, you took a -4. Do you want to tell us about your There we are. That should be better. Your ears are now right. You took a -4. Which 2 players did you take out?
Oh, you know, one of them that I took out was Mora, and when I seen them lineups, I just tweeted Buna, and I rubbed my hands with glee when I seen he was on the bench, and I thought, there we go, everyone gonna give us stick, here we go, and then he come on for that corner, and I just darted away from my phone for 20 seconds, and I heard the goal go, and I went, please no, please no, please no. Yeah, it's Mora.
Well,
so,
imagine what it was like for me, Kev, as a Spurs fan, who got rid of Mora.
Have you got rid of him, Buna? Or is he on your bench?
I got rid of him as well, so I didn't really know what to do when he came on and scored. I was like, yay? Or is it yay?
Yeah. And I brought Aubameyang in for that million. And I thought he was going to do a bit better than what he has done, but I still don't think that the hit's going to work out too bad, because if you're just comparing Aubameyang and Vardy versus Tielemans and Mora, you've got to take into consideration I would have definitely captained Salah, who only got 3, so he's only going to get 6. Aubameyang's got 6 going up to 12, so I think it's going to cancel it out a bit, but yeah, that's what I mean. I would have definitely captained Salah, so I don't think the hit's the issue. It's just the rest, Steve-O, like you, Fraser, and Wesley. Gomez not featuring at all, even though I'm glad he didn't, because now I get Lundstrom to come on. Hopefully he'll pick up a few points.
In pre-season, you were banging the drum for Wesley. He's done nothing over 2 games. I mean,
no, I wasn't. That was you that started that, people.
So, how are you feeling about Wesley over the last 2, especially after today?
Has anyone seen detailed highlights or the full game? Because I haven't seen a peep. So, I don't know if he had a good game and didn't get a deserved goal or something, or if he did nothing. Do you know? Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, I mean, so straight away, you're doing a wild card. You've admitted that to the world right now. How many players of these? Well, the core 11 are you probably going to keep?
Keep probably keep Wan-Bissaka, De Bruyne, and I told people that De Bruyne. I know Sterling scored, and that really knocked us up. But I just knew that De Bruyne would be the one to unlock Spurs. But anyway, Bissaka, De Bruyne, I'd stay. I'm going to keep Wilson. I know he's only got an assist and an assist, but you've got to think that the goals are going to come at some stage, and I can't see any other options up top. So probably just them, Steve-O, that I nailed on. Wan-Bissaka, De Bruyne, and Wilson.
The rest are all
up. Oh, mate, I've already brought him in. That was the one. You know, when I seen his hat trick, I activated it. Sorry, this is why I activated it, and then I brought him in because there's going to be a price rise, isn't there? There's definitely going to be a one. So I thought I'll get him in, and then you can. I'll probably go to a 4-4-2 or a 3-5-1. But yeah, I think everyone's in disarray today. It's one of them weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you were the guy that said last week that this week could be the week when people like yourself could get a high score, and the guys from last week who did really good could get a bad score. It's not happened, has it?
Well, 38 with bonus, with 3 to play. I don't know what everyone else has got. I literally haven't had time to flick through it. What are you on, Steve-O? What's Boone on?
I'm on 42. Boone's on 20.
Don't
23, I think it is, or 29. Jason
23.
23. Jason's on 52. This is before bonus points, by the way. Oh, and just to let you know, Jason's going second in the mini league, by the way.
Wow! So, what a week!
Yeah, and it's all because of Kevin De Bruyne. And I'm just more...
But
Yeah.
I mean...
Do you know what knocked us a bit, Steve? I'll just jump in there. I was in the Discord chatting just before I went to sleep because I got to make my transfers before I hit the sack. And I said, I've got to steal $1 million. It's looking like more at the Tillemans or Perez. What do you all think about Salah to Mane? And then I'll bump up Vardy to Aubameyang, and not blaming anyone. Everyone spoke sense. You know, Mane hasn't scored against his old club at all. Salah's got the record, and I just, you know, one of them where you wish you'd went with your gut a bit, and it would have paid off dividends. But yeah, it's the wildcard's active, and let's see how the remaining games go, because we're all going to be looking. I'm just hoping that they look good. If Man U look shocking, can you imagine all these wild cards? You know, if Man U get hammered by Wolves or beat, no one's going to want to bring them in, but you're going to have to, because that was probably a lot of people's thought process. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that what's going to happen on Monday night, and you'll all find it on... You'll find it out on Monday evening, because myself and Jason are going to be doing a live stream. But I'm telling you now, Jason is going to get a clean sheet from Wan-Bissaka. I just know it. I've now moved up to I've moved up to 44 points. The bonus points have been added, so if you just bear with, we are going to find out live what the bonus points were today. In the Arsenal-Burnley game, it was... Oh, it hasn't even added it on here. Waste of time. Right, so the bonus points have been added, but they haven't been put onto the actual screen itself. That's just absolutely blinking typical. But basically, I've got 44 points, and it looks like I got 2 points from Digne. Sterling didn't get any points at all. Interesting. Bonus point-wise, which is okay. For people that didn't captain him, but for people like myself that did captain him, a bit frustrating. Apparently, Jason is on 60 bloody 4. And his form going into this season is a bit like flaming Liverpool's last season. He is just absolutely tearing through every single team. 64 points, yeah. I've got it up on the screen now. And just to let you know, Kev, he brought in Pukki as well this particular game week. I'd like to, Abuna, I saw some people saying that Jason brought in Sterling despite what he said the other day. I honestly mean this. I have no idea what that's about. Did Jason say that he wasn't going to be bringing him in?
Sterling or Pukki?
Pukki.
Yeah, I don't remember if he said he wasn't going to bring him in, but the other day when we did the previous stream, he asked a question about King or Pukki, put an X or something in the chat. And from there, I kind of knew he was going to bring him in.
To be fair, then, I mean, the fact that he did say that this news about King not playing today because of an illness to a close relative, and he decided to get him out. Was that being reported last night?
No, that was just this morning. There was a YouTube. Not YouTube,
so he didn't. So that's a load of rubbish then. So he's lying because he wouldn't have been able to unless he had 0.5 in the bank, which I don't. He didn't have 0.5 in the bank, did he?
I don't think so. But either way, the players were the same price, weren't they?
I'm calling Jason out now. You're a fraud. You're a fraud because you said today on the stream that you brought him in because there were rumours about Josh King and an illness to a member of his family, and you acted on that information. Well, you couldn't have acted on it because Pukki went up in price by 0.1. Now, unless you had 0.5 in the bank, which I don't think you have, then you're a liar, and you've actually made the transfer last night before the price rise. Don't get me wrong, well done to you, and well done to anybody that brought in Pukki, but yes, you've deceived quite a few people there, my friend. Anyway, on to...
Pukki went up last night, so he would have done it last night.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would have done it at some point. Yeah. Fantasy Football Focus. You were live on the Elite FPL Call with myself, Boona, and Kev, aka Statman.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Steve-o, how are you?
Well, you heard how I feel. And more importantly, have you hit the wildcard button? Is that a yes? Fantasy Football Focus, can you hear us?
I can hear you now. This is everywhere at the moment. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, my friend. We want to know how many points you got, and have you hit that wild card?
Did I hit Wildcard, did you say?
Yes.
Stop beating around the bush.
No, I never. I haven't touched Wildcard.
Right, okay. Right, that's good. How many points have you got today, then?
29.
Get in. Welcome to the club.
Right.
Almost.
Right. You don't need.
Giggles now. This is not good.
I don't want to hear the whole team. What I want to know is who scored you the point. Well, basically, you would have had one player scoring you points. Who was it?
Hello.
We're gonna have to. I'm sorry, Fantasy Football Focus. If you can sort out something to do with your mic or anything, but unfortunately, you're unable to hear us. So we're gonna go on with. I've just seen some of the comments. Just, I'm telling you now, everybody. Right, if you don't like this, just unsubscribe, because I'm sorry, but this is what you're going to be getting from this stream for the next 9 months. Real emotions coming from men that just get really emotionally invested in fantasy football. We started this YouTube channel because we felt it was easier to upload videos rather than putting on a Facebook group. This channel has exploded, and like I said, we are creating a narrative, and I actually think this is brilliant listening audio, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, George Jones, we're going to bring you live on air right now. George Jones, you are live from the Elite FPL calling.
Hello.
Hello, mate. How's it going?
It's alright. It's alright.
Have you hit the wildcard button?
No.
Right, that's good. So, how many points did you get today?
46.
Right, that's actually a pretty good solid score. So, who were your point scorers today, and who did you captain?
Sterling captain,
Good.
12 points. Digne, 11 points. King with 6. Wilson with 5. And the rest were crap.
All your twos, yeah. So, straight away, have you got 2 free transfers for next week, or is it just the one?
I have, yeah, 2.
Yeah, I've got 2.
2 transfers.
So, what are you going to be doing with those 2 free transfers? Are you going to stick to just one, or are you desperate to be bringing in Kevin De Bruyne? What are your thoughts?
Well, the plan was Wilson to Pukki and then Silva to De Bruyne, but now Pukki is gone up 0.1, so that doesn't fit the budget. I was thinking maybe then a -4, maybe Perez down to Trossard, and then I can get in De Bruyne and Pukki.
Wow, okay, that's interesting. Right, so what is the likelihood of you doing this? Because you're going to have to do this pretty quickly, because at the end of the day, I think Kevin De Bruyne is going to be going up in price.
Well, the worry is Digne, whether he's injured or not.
Absolutely.
Because if I make the transfers and then he's out, then I'm pretty screwed.
Right, Basketball is about to have a heart attack, everybody, so let's just answer his question. Basically, would you hold Wilson or sell? So, I'll ask you, George Jones, would you sell Wilson or keep?
Well, I'm planning to sell.
Right. Boona?
Sell.
Down to you, Statman.
Keep him.
Keep him. So 2-1, Basketball, you've had your answer. I would say, I'm going to be really annoying, I'd say keep. So that's 2-2. You're going to have to make up your own decision yourself. So, in all seriousness, George, in all seriousness, George, within reason, you're pretty happy. You're just trying to find out a way of how to get in Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, well, then there's Son to think about as well. So that's a bit of an issue.
Ooh, right. I'll ask you, Boona, to help out George here. Do you think Son's better worth getting in than KDB?
No. but I'm getting both in on my wild card. But De Bruyne's in scintillating form right now, so you can't ignore him.
Yeah.
Like, he's in the form that you've got. He's essential right now. Right now, he's essential. And Son hasn't played so far in the Prem this season, so he's a bit more risky. So I'd go De Bruyne if you had to choose one.
George, have you got any more final thoughts before we let you go and bring on another caller?
Just from the West Ham game today, I thought Lanzini was really good.
Did you go to the game, did you?
No, I was streaming it.
Okay, you were watching. Okay, so how did West Ham look? It was a 1-1 draw today against Brighton. Me personally think that's a bit of a disappointing result for you guys, but your thoughts as a fan?
We were pretty bad today. Lucky to get a point, really.
Okay, so that tells me that Brighton played pretty well. Should they have won?
Trossard missed a good chance. Mapai skied one that should have gone in. And they had a goal disallowed as well. So, yeah, they probably should have beaten us, to be honest.
What are your thoughts then on Brighton assets moving forward? Do they look like a team that could actually do really well this season?
Well, the Montoya, he was attacking quite a lot down our side. He was quite high up the pitch, putting pressure on Ogbonna. So I thought he was really good going forward. Trossard, I like the look of. He looked like a good little player. Their defence was solid. Dunk, maybe. Might be a good shout.
FPL Alex the Kid is saying that Brighton were unlucky to concede. Would you agree with that?
I think our first shot, we scored. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. Just the ball got slipped through to Hernandez and sort of ricocheted off Ryan and into the net.
Interesting. Any more final thoughts on West Ham? Ahead of the season, are you not as confident as you may have been at the start of the season, or do you think you started off as you thought?
Well, we was always going to lose at City. I was at that game. We were always going to lose that. Brighton are a bogey team, so I didn't think we'd win today, but I'm happy with a point. With Anderson and Haller out, I think it was a good point. I think if they're back next week, we should beat Watford. And then Norwich at home after that.
I'd like to think you'll beat Watford, because Watford are in absolute disarray at the moment. George, thank you for joining us live on the Elite FPL Call, my friend.
Cheers.
Cheers, dude. Much appreciated. There we are, George there with his thoughts on West Ham and the Brighton game. Very, very interesting there. Fitzy, unusual name there. Fitzy, you are live on the Elite FPL Call, my friend. Hello, Fitzy. Nope, you're not there. Right. Oh. Fitzy, you're back again.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Bit of background noise there. Just a quick question. How did you get on today? How many points?
I got 48.
Wow. Okay, 48 points. Tell us who your big point scorers were.
So Dean got me the majority, and Captain Sterling, and got Wilson and King there as well.
But you didn't have Kevin De Bruyne?
No, I had Lucas Moore though, so I was fairly happy when he came up.
Right. So, are you happy with your team for next week? Do you have how many transfers have you got?
I have 2. I'm probably going to do a -4, -8. It depends.
Oh, a -8. Interesting. So, what fires have you got to put out?
So, if Dean is injured, I'll probably get him out, and I don't know. I want to get KDB, but I'll probably have to get rid of Wilson to do that, and I could probably get Barnes or something.
Yeah, that's an interesting one actually. Now thinking logically, because with this news of Digne potentially with a hamstring injury, now we all know that hamstring injuries could be anything from severe to mild, and if we're looking at mild with Boona saying that he walked off the pitch okay, you could be looking at between 4 to 6 weeks out. If it's severe, however, you're talking almost 3 months possibly. So maybe we should all wait on the news about Digne, maybe wait on tomorrow. There could be news tonight, who knows, but certainly if Digne's out, have you not thought about maybe downgrading to Coleman?
Possibly, but the main transfer I'm looking at is taking Moro, because now Son's going to be back game week 3, so he's probably just going to start straight away. So I'll have to get rid of him. And of course, KDB fired as well. So you're not just trying to get Moro.
Like these two on air right now, and Boona and Statman, you're not thinking of hitting that wild card, no? Just a -8 at most.
Nah, no, I probably won't hit the wild card. It's too early for that. I think I was thinking of holding the wild card until about game week 8. I usually do that, but Norwich are firing like well in attack. Obviously, they're not great in defence, but I could even get Pukki in, but I'll have to get rid of Dean then maybe. But I don't want to do that. So
interesting. Fitzy, thank you for your thoughts. Have you got any final thoughts before we let you go?
Stick with your guns.
Absolutely, there we are, Fitzy there with some simple words of advice. Stick with your guns. I couldn't agree more with the. My goodness, we have got a lot of people here. Cash and money. We'll get you live on air in just a few minutes. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to quickly run through chat and just quickly see what people are saying. I mean, straight away, Boona, I'll ask you this question. Alex A is asking, Boona, would you recommend captaining Kane next week versus Newcastle?
I would, yeah. But at the moment, the problem is Sterling and City generally, they're in some really good form. So it would be a risk. And if you're a risk-adverse player, I'd say captain Sterling. If you're falling a bit behind like me currently, I'm thinking of captaining Kane.
One for you, Statman. Is this worth a -4? Fraser, Wilson, Delafeu to Son, Jota and Barnes, and that's from Fury.
Who were the first 3 again, Steve-O?
Fraser, Wilson and Jota.
Wilson and
Delafeu,
Son.
sorry.
Nah, I'd stick with the Bournemouth asset if that's the 3 that he's already got. I think they'll come on now.
You think that Fraser and Wilson are going to do better than Son and Jota?
Yeah, because you don't know if Son's going to go straight into that team. I know that the Spurs fans will probably say otherwise, but I think Bournemouth, they got the win they needed. We know how good Fraser and Wilson are. Did you say Wilson or King?
Wilson, yeah.
Wilson. I'd definitely I'd definitely keep a hold of them. They've got great fixtures. I know so have Spurs, but I just think give Bournemouth a chance. Wilson's 2 assists. Fraser's done nothing, but the question is as a bulk. So yeah. I quite still like.
I just want to say good evening to everybody that's joining us, by the way. I'm not going to go through every single name like Jason does, because we will literally be here for about 4 hours. But genuinely, evening to you all. It's a bit of a Steve-O rant/therapy session for some people, because I'm now on the calm, I'm on the low level, whereas people like FPL Boona, Statman, we had new Zulu Ninja, all have wildcarded. Very, very interesting. And as ever, if you're enjoying this, just simply hit that like button and show your support. If you are brand new to this and enjoying what you're seeing, simply hit that subscribe button and you will be given even more and more content. So, Cash and Money 3. We are bringing you live on air. Cash and Money 3, you are live on the Elite FPL Call, my friend.
I don't, mate. How you doing?
I'm all very good. How are you, more importantly? How many points did you get?
This week I did manage to get 44 points.
Okay, same as me. So who are your main point scorers?
I do have Sterling, I had Salah as a captain, King and Wilson as well. King and Wilson, because I think Wilson did give the King counted as an assist.
Yeah. So are you disappointed with Salah's returns today, and are you actually thinking of potentially getting rid of him for Mane?
Nah, not really, because you have to understand you can't really expect Salah to be scoring every single game. It's not really good to base it off 1 week. The best players in this fantasy league don't really judge it off 1 week. And the previous seasons, you got to judge off the previous season. So Salah's been like the consistent top point getter for like the past 2-3 seasons. I'm gonna stick to my guns, but I'm definitely gonna get rid of Fraser though. Fraser, he's been absolutely dreadful. Even watching the games.
So you've actually watched the Bournemouth games, have you?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to give us some insight into how Fraser's then been playing, has he been? Well, I mean, why is he not returning?
Well, to be fair, the other Wilson, what's his name? Callum Wilson?
Harry.
No, not Callum Wilson.
Harry.
Yeah, Harry Wilson. Yeah. To be honest, he was more involved in it with the attack than Fraser actually. So he might actually be a potential good pickup, but just too deep. He wasn't really involved in the attack, to be honest. Yeah, I was potentially looking at getting rid of Robertson as well.
Right. Okay. Have you got double Liverpool?
In terms of I've gone Van Dijk and Robertson.
Interesting. Yeah, I would probably do that. One of the moves, get rid of one of the two. I'd probably go with Van Dijk personally because of his lack of attacking threat. I know he got a goal, but compared to Robertson, nowhere different. But if you want to save money, certainly that 0.5 over Van Dijk is worth it. I'd certainly get rid of one of the Liverpool defenders because defensively they are just not doing it for me whatsoever.
And I was thinking of getting Wan-Bissaka because, to be honest, I see him getting a lot of bonus points this season. Like the way he plays, he's the guy to attract a lot of bonus points. I'm also looking at getting.
No, I think that's a really, really good move there. Cash and Money, I don't recognise the name. How long have you been part of the Discord group for?
I just searched Fantasy Premier League and I saw you guys on the live stream, so I just thought let me come into the Discord, see what it's all about.
And was that today or yesterday?
Yeah, just now. Just now, about like 10 minutes ago.
And I mean, are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying the stream? Are you enjoying what you're part of?
Yeah. It's just it's pretty fun to see all the games finish and just see people's reactions to the games. And yeah, you guys are doing something very unique here. So I'd say keep it up. We don't really see a lot of this on YouTube.
I agree. What are your thoughts on one of our regulars in FPL Boona and Statman hitting the Wildcard so early?
I think it depends on how bad your first team was, to be honest. My first team wasn't really that bad, but if the team was like very bad before, I understand why they would do it. But I still think it's way too early.
Yeah.
I think you should be doing it this early.
Well,
because you don't really have a lot of data to base it on, if that makes sense.
I completely agree with you. So next week you're looking at 2, maybe 3 transfers for a hit, yeah?
No, I don't think I'll take. I really dislike the whole idea of taking hits. I don't really think it's really worth it. Like 9 times out of 10, it's not really worth. The -4 is a lot. It could go a long way. So, but I'm looking at possibly replacing Fraser for maybe Martial, depending on how he plays tomorrow. I think he plays on Monday.
Yeah. Well, join us live then when myself and Jason are actually doing a live stream then, if it's possible.
Cool. Yeah, I'll be tuning in.
One quick question for you. How did you do last week? How many points did you get?
I actually triple captained Salah last week, so I ended up getting.
Wow.
I think I got 97 points, which was decent. It was alright. It wasn't the best, wasn't the worst.
Why did you triple captain Salah?
Well, to be honest, I just felt like Salah. I don't know, to be honest. I just got feeling. He got the goal and assist though, so it wasn't the worst triple captain I could have done, but
yeah,
I'm not dwelling on it. So yeah,
that's brilliant. Cash and Money, thank you for joining us. Have you got any final thoughts before we let you go?
I got any what? Sorry.
Any final thoughts before we let you go?
Try not to think about a team too much. Don't overcomplicate things, and yeah, you should finish fine if you do that.
Brilliant. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. Cheers, dude. We have a regular contributor who's on this morning. It's FPL Hot Sauce. Let's bring him on. FPL Hot Sauce. You are live on the Elite FPL calling with myself, Boona and Statman. Good morning, evening to you.
How you doing, mate? All right.
I'm
So
very
I just
well.
paused the stream.
Are you in a car?
No, I had the stream on, so I just need to turn the stream off. How are you?
I'm okay. More importantly, how have you done today?
Yeah, not bad. I was a bit worried. I had the Aubameyang captain first game, so it was a bit of a frustrating watch actually, because he was pushed out wide with Lacazette through the middle, but he obviously got his goal. Bit disappointed he didn't get more bonus. Would have made it worthwhile, but yeah, I think about 48, 50 points.
That's
around that.
good. I reckon that I don't know. I think the average for our cash mini league. This is the average for our cash mini league, unless someone like Andy, aka Resi Dezel, can come up with the actual thing. I reckon it's going to be about 40-ish, between 40 and 45. So you've done really, really well. So who are the rest of your high point scorers today then?
So I had Luca Dean. He obviously got the clean sheet assist. I think he got 2 bonus. I also had the Bournemouth pair of Wilson and King. I had Aubameyang captain. I had Sterling. So that kind of where the spread comes from. So I think about 48 points, 50 points with Perez still to go. So it's not. And the Sheffield United keeper got a Henderson in goal. I've just tried getting on the servers. They're down, aren't they? I've just tried posting my team for you, but
Yeah,
I think
down.
Oh, was it?
That's
temporarily.
That's because of the.
So long as we're
that's
not
the amount
down.
of hits.
No.
That's the amount. That's the amount of rage hits that Boone has taken.
But he's actually hit his wild card.
Yeah. Oh, has it? Have you hit it?
Yeah.
I've hit it, mate. I've broken it. I've hit it that hard.
Oh, mate. To be fair, I don't blame you.
We've got 3 regulars. We've got Boona here, Statman here, and we had Zulu Ninja. They've all hit their wild cards.
Yeah. Sorry, I've that's what I mean. I only just tried. Have you had your Pukki rage yet, Steve-O?
No, I didn't have a rage about that. In fact, just a quick one to everybody that has only just joined the stream. If you want to just quickly look at the the camera right now. But basically, I just put up this hot sauce. If you can look at the camera now. Are you looking at the camera?
Yeah.
Right, if you look at the camera there. Okay. So we have that. And then I put up this one here, which was that one there. And then you're gonna enjoy this one. It was the old Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
To be honest with you,
he kept it clean.
Pukki, yeah, of course, yeah, we have to keep it clean. But I'm not upset. I'm not annoyed by Pukki. I'm just more annoyed by Jason's luck again. It just enrages me, and he's actually 20 points up on me now, ahead. And it's the fact that he's also got Wan-Bissaka this particular game week left, and I just know the way his luck is, it's going to end up with either a 0-0 or 1-0 United, and probably Wan-Bissaka getting the bonus points again. It's frustrating. I've already had my rant when I came on. I came on early deliberately because I wanted to get everything on my chest. But after hearing people like Boona, Statman, etc., doing not badly, it's a strong word, but hitting the wildcard button and everything, I'm a bit calmer now. Whereas others, I've just seen what Boona's posted in the chat, and for anybody that didn't see it, Boona feels like this is reverse therapy. I mean, in all seriousness, Boona, do you want to just expand on that comment? I know what you mean, but do you want to just expand on it?
Yeah, well, you've had me and Kev come on as your therapy. I need someone with 10 points to come on and make me feel better.
I'll second that.
Or someone who's been hacked, something like that.
Yeah, hot sauce. Are you in our cash mini league?
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah.
Whereabouts were you last week? Where did you end up?
So I got 84 points. So it was a good game week. It put me about 30th, but obviously there's nothing in it. So if I get above average, I could creep up into maybe the top 10, top 15 maybe. There's a few wild cards been hit by some of the leaders though. I was very surprised.
The top 2 have all used 2 chips. 2 chips already. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty unusual for. Where on earth are you? 84.
So I had 84 points. Yeah.
Are you, which one are you? Gangsters Allardyce?
No, I'm FPL Hot Sauce. Leo, it might be Lee Aussie. But yeah, I'm known as Hot Sauce.
Hey, are you sure you got 84? Because there's no one in our Challenge Mini League with your name. The 84 points are Dan Ball, Dereco, whoever that is, and Brett Mollison. And
sorry, 87 I got. I've not. Yeah, 87 I got. Sorry. Sorry, those 3 points. Yeah, 87. I forgot the Perez because Perez played on the Sunday and just got me the 3 points, 2 and a clean sheet. I've got that. 87.
There we are. Right, we can finally get you up on screen right now. So this is the server's down. Of course, I completely brilliant.
So 87 and then about 50 odd. So yeah, could be in the mix.
Wow, that's pretty crazy to be honest with you. Let's see if the normal thing works. No, the actual FPL website is down, everybody.
Yeah, it's down.
Wow. Everybody.
That's what I was saying to you. Yeah, I tried getting a team up because I thought if I get on the air, but the actual whole website's down. Not working.
Oh my goodness! So for anybody watching, tweet out and tell your friends that you can come and join us live.
I'm glad we got that in quickly, Steve-o. You might have started smashing your internet up again, thinking it's your servers, mate.
I've already threatened that if tonight's stream goes down. In fact, we've been on for 2 hours. Blimey.
Yeah. Can I boys, can I just ask a quick question before I need to show? Do you think I did the hokey cokey this week? Do you reckon it was worth it?
Yes.
Because
yeah.
You do.
Yeah, of course you have, because at the end of the day, you deliberately transferred in Aubameyang because he had a better fixture than Kane. Aubameyang scored, got you 1 bonus point. Kane did nothing. You've done really, really well. Well done to you.
Yeah, and the captain him. Yeah, but it's back to Kane for the Newcastle fixture. But I've lost them 2 transfers, which could have been because I was thinking about jumping onto some United assets, but I stressed to Jason before when he called me online how
don't listen to him. He's going to speak a load of rubbish. He's going to be giving you the wrong advice. He told everybody not to get Pukki.
He's going to rebrand. He's going to rebrand himself as an FPL guru after this week.
We'll be putting out something like 320th in the world, you know.
We'll all be part of this Patreon group next week, and he's giving out
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to tomorrow evening when me and Jason are going to be live together.
He's a move ahead though, because like Bournemouth have got the City next week, so no one, that Wilson and Fraser or that Wilson and King double up's not looking so good, and he's already moved on to Pukki, so he could do something against Chelsea. It's that early kickoff.
It's not just that; it's the fact that he's got Kevin De Bruyne. That's the one. Pukki,
you're right.
Pukki, I'm not too bothered about because I predicted that he'd do well. But
true, yeah.
Kevin De Bruyne, that's the one where I'm thinking, I'm kind of annoyed because I originally had him in my team in game week 1, and then I changed it, like, not necessarily last minute, but I changed it quite near to the deadline, and I'm a bit annoyed at myself, to be honest with you.
The thing that's so dangerous about that as well, Steve-o, is he's obviously got Sterling usually lurking as his captain as well. And that first Man City goal just shows you how the De Bruyne assist, Sterling goal, Sterling as his captain is lethal. I mean, like I said, it looked it could have been a lot worse. Jason could have gone mad if Sterling and De Bruyne doubled up again. But luckily, Sterling got butts and they lost a clean sheet, didn't they?
I so wish
they could have been on. So
I so wish he captained Salah, but
he
can't. And it looks like, we know for a fact that Jason is going to go second in the Cash Mini League, no matter what. So he's going.
So have you already discussed what you want to do with your 2 transfers? You rolled one, didn't you?
Yeah. So I've got a few fires to put out. It's Wesley, Fraser, and Gilbert. They're the 3 that I need to get gone. But based on today's information about Digne potentially having a hamstring injury, but it doesn't look too serious because he walked off the pitch, I reckon possibly maybe 2 to 4 weeks out based on the fact that he walked off. However, it could be up to 6 weeks maybe. But if it's a serious one, which I doubt because he would have been stretched off. We're talking almost 2 to 3 months. But I think that I need to wait on the Deeney news, because if Deeney's out for a period of time, it means that I can actually do a solid transfer in which I can get rid of Sigurdsson and Digne, bring in, I don't know, either Coleman or Wan-Bissaka, and I'll be able to bring in Kevin De Bruyne, and then I'll be able to get rid of, it will be Fraser, and then bring in maybe Ceballos or something. I really don't know, but I'm just not happy with some of my players in my team at the moment. Certainly Wesley and Gilbert and Fraser, they have got to go. They are just absolute waste of space, and I'm like I said, I'm on the bus, and I'm just sat there, and I'm thinking, I had a 4-4. Basically, I had Jason's team. Jason's team was the team that I had until like I don't know, 24 hours before the deadline on game week 1, and that's what's the kick in the proverbial, so to speak. It's the fact that I had Kevin De Bruyne. He's done so well, and yet I've had Sigurdsson, and he's done absolutely. And basically, my two differentials in Sigurdsson and Wesley have done absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's. Did you? I mean, you got to be careful with the Sigurdsson one. Because obviously he's got them good fixtures. It's how long you wanted to give him. Has he passed the eye test? Was he shooting today, or was it kind of? I
can't comment.
We'll have to have a look, won't we?
But the thing for me is that Everton in pre-season and the last 2 fixtures just cannot score.
Yeah, true.
They've scored 3 goals in pre-season, and they've scored 1 goal against Crystal Palace and Watford. And I think that's shocking. Defensively, you need to jump on them. I think people like GW2 that have double Everton.
I saw that today.
Well done to you.
Even Pickford's not a bad shout because he gets save points. Like I know it's horrible. No one spend 5.5 on a keeper, but as a set and forget, I mean, I've seen a few with Pickford in that, and I was thinking, oh, that's a waste. But actually, in hindsight, I think you're right. I'd rather double up on them than spend 8 mil on one of them, either Richarlison or Sigurdsson. Overpriced. Yeah, I agree with you, mate.
And just a quick question regarding Liverpool. Are you a bit concerned about their defence? The fact they just always keep conceding at the moment?
Yeah, because Southampton looked threatening. That was the 3:00 game that I sort of was watching whilst keeping an eye on the scores. And Southampton probed. I mean, it's one of them. The goal ultimately came from a mistake, a goalkeeping clearance. So you could argue maybe they were 5 minutes away from getting the clean sheet and it would have been fine. But Southampton created far too many chances. They've got Arsenal next. I think for the price that they've been locked at, 7 mil, I think for me, I would, if people have got a double up, I would move down to 1, free up a bit of funds, and then you can always sort of get back onto a double Liverpool defence, maybe on when we get our second wild cards halfway through the season when you've got a bit more team value. I think right now you need them to get the clean sheet as a given, and you need an attacking return for them to them 7 mil price tags. So for me, I'm happy with just rolling with Van Dijk. I always thought by saving 0.5, I was always happy with just having Van Dijk as the single entry into the Liverpool defence. So yeah, I'm worried about the defence. They're playing a lot higher line, which may be good for the goals. But yeah, it's one of them. If you've got to have your patience, though, I think if I started with double Liverpool, I might be tempted to just trust it, give them the 6-7 games. But I don't know.
I'm looking at your team on screen at the moment here. The game is finally up for everybody, and thank you to people in chat that's let us know that. I'm looking at 2 players where I'm thinking you've just got to get rid of them, and it's Fredericks and Rico. Oh, he lost his place today. They're the 2. I mean, Rico not too bad because he's only 4 million, but Fredericks, is he 4.5?
Yeah, he's 4.5. He was my punt really because they've got Watford, Norwich, Villa. I was hoping for if he just gets 1 clean sheet in that. But yeah, I agree. It might not be long before Zabaleta comes in at right back. So I agree with you there, definitely. Perez, I'm going to move down. I'm going to give him his 4 games because he's got obviously Chelsea tomorrow. Then he's got, I think it's Sheffield United and Bournemouth. And then He has a bit. So I'm going to give him his 4 games, but I'm also going to move away from him. So yeah, and then it's just whether I stick with a double Bournemouth, maybe move away from one of them, and obviously Hollebass has got 4 games as well. So yeah, there's a handful of players, but they're not majors, are they? Like you say, if you've got to move out, a 4.5 defender, it's not going to bust my points on a ranking. But yeah, I agree. They're the areas. So as you can see there, Aubameyang's, he's got his bonus. Yeah, it's been given as 1.
Hot sauce. Have you got any final thoughts before we let you go?
Other than me laughing at a lot of my City fan mates with VAR, no, mate, I'm gonna bow out there and look forward to match of the day and watch a bit more.
There's a question for you. What happened with the VAR decision?
So the corner comes in and Laporte almost sticks his neck out like he's diving and it catches his arm. Very, he knew nothing about it. It falls to Jesus, who's still got a lot to do. He took a good touch and then he, places it in the corner. Everybody goes mad, celebrating, and then VAR just checks that it hits Laporte's hand. But they've shown the ruling on Sky Sports and they said that if any attacking player, if it hits any part of their hand, it will not be given, whether they mean it or not, whether it's accidental or not.
Right, yeah.
So so it was the same as Bolly's for Dendonkers last week. Bolly knew absolutely nothing about it. He's jumped up almost with his, he's high up in the air and his arms by the ball hit his hand without him knowing, and then if it hits any part of the arm, it's ruled out. So it was the right decision. But once again, I know a few mates who went to the ground. They're all jumping around, hugging. Jesus is doing some Sambuero conga dance in the corner. Pep and Aguero are hugging, saying,
"It was like Champions League all over again."
Yeah, don't worry about subbing me after 60 minutes. I'll be back for Bournemouth next week. No worries. All hugs and smiles. And the goals ruled out, mate. But yeah, even Lloris was shocked as well because the first person to do an interview after the game was Hugo Lloris, and he was just saying he had no clue. He actually asked the ref what's going on because no one saw the handball, and then the ref said, "I'm just checking for handball," and then it does hit Laporte's arm, but very, very unfair. Wow. So that's from a United fan as well. So, but there you go.
Just a quick question: are you watching? Well, what do you think on Monday's game?
Oh, it's going to be interesting to see. I think it'll be the biggest test we've got in a while. We struggle with Wolves because they set up very, very well, and there's not much space in behind. So it'll be a good test. I'm going to keep close eye on Martial, see how much he's playing down the middle, and I'd kind of I'm hoping for a 2-1 United win. I don't want another clean sheet. Is bad for the fantasy. I've not got a United defender in there, so do you know what? I know I can't cheer a Wolves goal, but. 1-2-1.
So long as you're 4-0 up and they score in the last second or whatever, you'll be happy.
Yeah, 4-0 up with McTominay scoring them all. I don't want Martial going in at 7.7, Steve-O. I was already fuming with a 7.6.
Yeah, that's what bandwagons do. Hot sauce.
Yeah. All right, mate.
Thank you for joining us.
Pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Look forward to your wildcard, Boona. Keep me posted on the Discord. Nice
I'm
one.
keeping it stum, mate.
Yeah, I bet you are. Shrewd. See you later, fellas.
There's Hot Sauce there with his 2 cents. Anish, you've been waiting for a while. You've put your team in the Discord. I can't unfortunately bring it up, but Anish, you're live on the Elite FPL Call, my friend. Anish.
Hi, you right?
I'm very well, my friend. You brought your team up in the Rate My Team, and is this the same team that you had playing today? The 3-5-2?
That's correct.
So how many points did you get today then?
44 points after bonuses.
Yeah, that's exactly the same as me. So for anybody listening on audio, it's Matt Ryan, Coleman, Lundstrom, Van Dijk, Salah, Perez, De Bruyne, good. Sterling, Fraser, Wesley and Wilson. You must be loving the Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, I had it as a double up from the start. I didn't think many people were going to go for the double up, so I thought that's a nice differential. And they're both pretty much guaranteed to play most games.
Absolutely. Are you confident that Lundstrom's going to start tomorrow?
I'm 50-50 on that. I'm not too sure at the moment. But it seems like the Sheffield United fans don't really like him.
Yeah. So, what are your transfer thoughts now ahead of game week 3? How many transfers have you got? Is it 1, 2?
Thinking 2, because I don't really want to have to take a hit if I don't have to.
Right. So you've got 2 free transfers, yeah?
Yeah, I've got 2 free transfers, so I don't really want to. But ideally, I want to get rid of Wesley, Wilson, and Fraser both, all 3.
Same boat as me, my friend. I mean, without taking a hit, that's obviously going to be extremely difficult. But who would you consider bringing in for those 3, for example?
If I was going to take a hit, I think I'm going to go with Son, but Kane's also an option, and I'm unsure which way to go at the moment. So I'm probably going to think over it.
Boona, we'll ask you that immediately. Who would you say is the best option out of Kane and Son?
Coin toss, literally. I can't give it. I have no idea. Yeah, sorry.
But Kane was playing deep today when Moura was on the pitch.
Yeah, but when Son's back, it's a complete different ball game. I reckon we should. I mean, if Norwich are beating Newcastle 3-1, 3-0, we should get at least the same. I reckon we will. So either one, I think, should do well.
Yeah,
I'd have a look at the history, though. I'm not sure what the history is like between Spurs and Newcastle. I'll have a quick
lot of
look.
2-0 to Spurs.
All I remember is that one game at the very last game of the season when Newcastle won like 4-0 or something like that.
Son scored last season.
Yeah. Statman, I'll ask you straight away your thoughts on the Tottenham-Newcastle game next week.
Yeah, you pretty much bank on a Spurs win. I don't think that they normally drill us. I always remember, even as a season ticket holder, you never really feared playing Spurs, but Newcastle look absolutely shocking. So, and just to add there, I think Son's a much better option than Kane just for the value. You know, the money's saved, and what Son can do. Son can match Kane, if not do better. So if I'm looking to bring a Spurs asset in on the wildcard, it's definitely Son rather than Kane.
Well, Anish, I don't know how much we've helped you there. I mean, what I would advise you to do your research.
Yeah, I think Yeah,
I was going to say, do your research.
I think I am going to go. Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Sorry. Yeah, I think I am going to go with Son overall because it's just easier to fit him in.
Brilliant. I don't know if it's
I'm wondering if.
Datman, can you just mute your microphone? The wind is.
I think it's a niche.
Oh, it's a niche, is it?
I'm in the bathroom.
Yeah, because I'm out at the moment, so I think the wind is coming in. That's why.
It's blowing my ears off, mate. We'll just quickly finish by saying, all I would say is do your research. And I think that based on what Boone has said, it's quite literally looks like it's going to be a coin toss, mate.
Do we know if Morpay played today for Brighton?
Yes, he did. Yes. Oh, he didn't.
He came on as a sub. He came on as a sub.
He came as a sub.
Oh, right, he came on as a sub.
Okay, interesting.
All right, because I was looking at a 6 million option to be able to afford Son. Otherwise, I have to take a hit.
Although apparently he did miss a bit of a sitter today, just to let you know. So who knows?
Trossard was the pick off the bunch. They got man of the match as well.
There we are.
All right. That's perfect. Thank you very much, guys, for your help.
Cheers. Thank you for coming live on air. There's a niche there with thoughts. Statman, just a quick question for you, really. Your thoughts on Newcastle today? I don't know if you've seen the game or not.
I seen the highlights. Okay. I'll watch the full game back later today.
So what's your immediate thoughts?
Immediate thoughts are just how good Pukki was. The 3 goals. Every finish was top notch. I'm not sure if you can put much blame on the Newcastle defence for that first one that he rocketed into the top left hand corner. That was incredible. And then, but it was quite a clipped highlight. Evo it was just the goals really, and Shelby's goal. So I'm fearing for Newcastle now. I thought that they strengthened enough in the summer to at least hang above the relegation area, but Joe Linton, he doesn't look the real deal. Maybe the same as what Villa fans are thinking about Wesley, but I think keep away from them altogether as the FPL assets and bank on a Spurs win. But I don't know if Boona's just been looking at the results. Spurs have won the last 4. But it's only been 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 1-0 type of thing. So they don't normally drill us, a bit like the Arsenal game that time. But if they ever are going to drill us, it will be next game week. I'm thinking just how soft we'll look.
Are you? I know it's only been 2 game weeks, but are you really worried about possibly being relegated this season?
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, you could probably start leaning towards that Norwich, even though we feared for them after seeing Liverpool take them apart. Seeing what they do with a fellow relegation candidate like Newcastle, truly beat we. You can count them out the race. The likes of Villa and Sheffield we're still yet to see, but I think Newcastle will be down there. And as a Mike Ashley, a big anti-Ash advocate, I kind of hope we go down. Like, this is going to annoy people, but we want Ashley out of the club. So if we go down, that might force his hand, even though it hasn't the last few times. But we're definitely going to be in contention, Steve-O, for that bottom 3, sure.
One quick question, actually, for you. Do you think that Newcastle are the new Fulham in the sense of if you've got a player playing against Newcastle, you captain them?
Nah, not yet anyway. I think at St James's Park, you can't say that. Arsenal put 1 past us. Maybe away from home, Steve-O, maybe to want to watch the away form. Because St James's, even in the poorer seasons, can be quite a solid little fortress. Maybe not for wins versus losses, but for teams not running over them. So definitely want to watch. But I think that could just be the fact how good Pukki was. Them 3 goals were impeccable. So I think he would have done that against a lot of teams. Not particularly just because Newcastle.
Do you think that Pukki is actually somebody that the majority of us should be getting on our teams? And more importantly, do you think that Pukki could be the Jimenez of this year?
Yeah, I think you nailed it there. He could be. You score against Liverpool on the opening day, and then you get a hat-trick in the second. And it's not just the goals; it's the quality of goals. Like, he's so dangerous around the box. You kind of, if you're playing him, you're going to fear every time he picks it up around the penalty area because he looks lethal. But I think the problem was that King scoring the penalty. I haven't got King, but for all them people weighing up King to Pukki, of course, Pukki got the hat-trick. But, if Bournemouth are going to kick on a little bit, it might not be King. It might be your Wesley or your Wilson or your Jimenez or your Jota. I think the King goal today, might offer them a little bit of a headache. But Pukki's the reason I wildcarded. Let's not forget, when I seen the hat-trick, I had to get him in. So, yes.
Can we give Cantwell from Norwich a shout-out as well? 4.5 with 2 assists today.
Yeah, I mentioned him earlier. Is he a?
Did you? Yeah.
Is he actually a mainstay in the team?
He's making himself one. I don't think he was initially, but he played against Liverpool as well, and he played pretty well. So, I mean, I know it's 1 game, but he's one to keep an eye on if he continues that form.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that. Yep.
Can I ask a question just before I've got to go? I've got to work on a Sunday. How bad's that? And thanks for having us on. But I'm just, because my brain's going to be running over the wild card all day at work now. So the thing that's threw a spanner in the works is City conceding 2, Liverpool looking shocking. What would be, I know Boona's on a wild card anyway, but what would be your 2's back 3 on a wild card? Pick anyone now. Funds isn't an issue.
It's a 3-man back line, is it?
Yeah.
Right, so off the top of my head, it's got to be an Everton defender. So straight away, I'm thinking Coleman. I think that Montoya of Brighton is certainly worth monitoring and having it as a sub. I know it's not you're starting, but certainly him. I'd go for a Burnley defender. Probably Ben Mee probably Ben Mee because he's guaranteed to start, or Tarkowski if you're willing to pay 5 million. But one of those. Or Matthew Loughton, he's a guaranteed starter as well. God, that's a difficult one.
So we're avoiding Liverpool altogether. We're avoiding United.
Well, hold on a minute. If we're talking your main three, off the top of my head, I'd be going with definitely an Everton defender, a City defender, and I'd probably go with Wan-Bissaka. I'd probably put my neck on the line and say those. Me personally, what about you, Boona? 3 starting defenders that you would choose.
I'm avoiding Liverpool as well right now, like you. Yeah. Well, I know you're not. You're just giving the advice. I'm actually ignoring them on my wildcard right now. So I'd say Wan-Bissaka, Zinchenko, and at the moment, I'm trying to go a bit heavier up front now. So I'm saying maybe 2 4.5s rotating and a 4.0.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking one a Dunk or even the Leicester centre back who's nailed his position, Soyuncu, 4.5. His fixtures are quite good. And, you know, even if I knew Eric Peters at Burnley was nailed, I'd go in. But like Steve has said, you've got that risk with Charlie Taylor, so I'm not so sure. But he could be an option.
Yeah, at the end of the day, Dyche will stick with the team that are doing really well. And to be honest with you, I can't see Eric Peters dropping his place. So, although I will say that Dyche has said that Charlie Taylor's looking good in training. That means absolutely nothing, but who knows. Statman, have you got any final words then before we let you go?
No, lads. Good luck to Boona tinkering with a wild card for the next 5 or 6 days. And cheers for having us on. And I'll be tuning in tomorrow.
Cheers, dude. Thank you very much. There's a resident regular contributor to the show, Kev, aka Statman. He's all the way in New Zealand, just to let everybody know. He doesn't live in Newcastle. He's all the way in New Zealand, so he's kindly joined us now. Got a couple more people to bring on, so Norb. We'll bring you on now. Norb, you are live on the Elite FPL Call, my friend. Norb, you are live on the Elite FPL Call, my friend. Are you there? Nope. Okay, let's try a couple more people to see if they're willing to come on there. Let's see. Philippe747. Philippe747, you are live on the Elite FPL Calling. Can you hear me? No, he's gone. He's not there at all. What a shame. Yeah, he's not there whatsoever.
What about Shaban?
Shaban's already been on. So,
has it? Okay.
What we'll do then is we'll quickly go over, the top 4 in our mini league. And let's find out what the points are right now. So I've got Jason's team up on screen right now. He's on 64 points, which I'm sure, Boona, you're feeling sick already about. And we'll get into the Cash Mini League right now. And let's find out where Charlie is. So Charlie's on 58 points, but again, like I said, he's played his wild card. And I think, I think it's more down to second place, really. I mean, Ian Rose is the one that's going to be top, I believe. So let's just quickly look at Ian Rose's team. There we are there, Challenge League. So Ian Rose is going to be top of the Cash Mini League, and to be honest with you, he played his wild card, wasn't it? Played his wild
Philip's
card.
Back on.
Say again.
Philip's back in the live on air.
He's back on. Oh, Philippe, are you there?
Hello, Steve.
Hello, mate. How are you?
How you travelling after this week?
Yeah, we're real good, my friend. I've got 44 points. What more importantly, how did you get on?
I actually got 35 points so far. I got Luke Shaw to play, Dendonka and Martial.
Right, okay. Are you feeling confident ahead of Monday night's game?
Hopefully it's a 0-0 or a 1-0 to United. So I just want 10 points from those 3 players to get me about 65 average. So
do you think you're going to get 65?
I actually watched a few games today, to be honest. I thought Lamella was really good.
Yep, okay. And what other games did you watch?
I watched the Arsenal game. I thought Ceballos was unbelievable in it. Filinated the game.
Do you think that's
pretty much picked?
Do you think that Ceballos is an absolute must-have at 5.5?
I think he's a must-have, but I just don't like Arsenal's fixtures, so I will be planning him in game week 5 maybe.
Right, interesting. You're not worried that he may go up in price?
I'm not interested because I got a bit of surgery to do. I posted my team on Rate My Team. I went with Luke Shaw over Wan-Bissaka, and I got Coleman. He was unlucky not to get anything. He got more points, so putting Aubameyang to either Rashford and either Rico to Walker or Sigurdsson to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne is my number one target, but
I mean, I'm looking at your team now. Unfortunately, I can't get it up on the main screen, but you've gone with Adrian. You've jumped on that bandwagon.
I did a -4 this week. I had Michael Keane last week.
Right.
And I did a -4 for Adrian and Keane to Zinchenko.
Wow. Why did you do that, considering that Zinchenko had Tottenham this week?
I just think the fixtures are too good until game week 10, and if you don't have a Man City defender, pretty much. And I went with that. So I just think that I need De Bruyne somehow in this team. De Bruyne's my number one priority, and Rico might. Aubameyang is going to go for Rashford. I just want to watch Vardy tomorrow, see how he plays.
Yeah, the easiest thing looking at your team here, if you're certain of getting rid of Aubameyang, it's got to be Aubameyang and Sigurdsson out and bringing in Kevin De Bruyne for whatever striker that you feel the need to be bringing in.
I'm actually pretty happy. I just want 10 points out of these players, and they'll put me on about 65 average. So
I wouldn't say.
I don't
think 65 is going to be the average overall. I think, to me personally, I think that I think the Elite FPL Cash Mini League is going to be about 45 average, and the overall is going to be about 40. That's what I think.
It'll be less than that. It'll be way less than that.
Less than that, do you reckon?
Closer to 30, I'd say, genuinely.
Yeah.
I know, 30, 32, yeah.
Yeah, because Kevin De Bruyne is not very highly owned. So I think that it's not going to be that high at all. And I think the fact that you've still got Martial and Shaw, you'll be lucky to get 10 points out of them too. I could be proven completely wrong. Which substitute are you going to come on for Rico?
I've got Dendoncker in. I got Wickham, and I got that Xander Silva. But I was really sweating with Adrian this week. He just looking up every possible article out on the internet, just waiting for some news that he's going to be all right. But yeah, Adrian did my head in this week, and he just conceded the most sloppiest goal. He cost me about 8 points, maybe.
Yeah.
One.
I'm detecting an accent. South African?
I'm actually Australian, but living in Europe.
Wow. So you're Australian, but you're living in Europe?
From Macedonian heritage, so I actually play football here. So.
Oh wow! How did you hear about the Elite FPL podcast, and how did you get part of the Discord?
I actually was watching your streams at the end of the year with my friend. I think 2,000-3,000 in the world, and Jason on what he was doing.
Wow!
He was up there. I think he was about 2,000-3,000.
Yeah.
One time. And yeah, we were just following what he was doing because we had a cash leak here. So.
Oh, I'm getting rid of you. You're bigging up Jason too much. No, in all seriousness, it's he started off this season really, really well. Last season he ended up basically 1,500th or whatever it was, and this season so far he's doing extremely well. So yeah, if you want to see how well he's getting on and want to copy whatever he's doing, but he's keeping his transfers close to him because he was not quite dismissing Pukki, but he wasn't too cool on Pukki, and then all of a sudden, just like that, he goes and brings him in despite saying to everybody that he did it this morning when in reality he did it sometime yesterday evening. So Yeah, I'd watch him if I was you, but no, that's brilliant, Philippe. May you continue enjoying the show, my friend.
I've been on Discord for about 3-4 days. With Booner about Salah. Captain pick this week because of the minutes in. I thought it's too many minutes.
Well, you picked the right captain.
I had Aubameyang for 2 weeks, but I generally think he'll score a decent amount of goals, and I just want top 7 team players. I don't want I just want players from the top 7 that have decent fixtures. That's all I want in my team because I think this year.
Absolutely, yeah, brilliant. Thank you for joining us.
I'll try to contribute on this channel and Discord if I can.
Really,
as much as I can, stuff like that.
Yeah, this is what we're here for. Thank you so much for joining us, and hope to hear from you soon.
Take care, lads.
Cheers, dude.
Steve-o?
Yes, Booner.
Mate, you've really got to look at Dureko's second team.
Right, okay. Is it in the Rate My Team, is it?
No. It's, go to the main league, the non-cash league. He's top, isn't he?
Right, okay, I'll do that in a second. We're going to make Divock Origi the last caller of the evening. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, everybody. Hearing, well...
Have you seen Jason's comment in live chat?
No, I haven't, no. What's he said?
He goes, I've rewatched my stream this morning. I said I got him in yesterday and the potential King injury was a bonus. But whatever, I'm a fraud.
Very good there. Here we go. So, Divock Origi, we're bringing you live on air. You're our final caller. Yeah, like I said, so for everybody watching us live right now, if you want to just kindly hit that like button to show your support, just simply hit away. If you're enjoying the stream, it's the first time you're watching it, and there's only more to come, just hit that subscribe button and away we go. So, Divock Origi, you are live on Elite FPL Call, my friend.
Hello.
Hello there. How did your team get on today?
Not too good. I was Van Dijk and Shane at the end cost in the game there. I brought in Ryan and that kind of fair, but his fixture's looking up for me.
How many points did you actually get today?
I got my things actually froze right now. So I can't actually get on it, but I think it was like 30, maybe odd, or 60.
Oh, okay, all right. So not a particularly great game week per se.
No.
Who's your captain today? Salah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch the game today?
Yeah, I got it on stream. I mean, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I can't have to watch it.
How did Liverpool look then, from your perspective?
First half was shaky, but second half we dominate. I thought personally we dominate until the end. Where after, I feel like once we got the second goal, they were just deflated, and then we went for to give the goal. And personally, I think it just came off Danny Ings' foot and went in. That's when they started to pick up and we looked shaky again.
Yeah. Are you, as a Liverpool fan, are you confident that you could win the title this year? Origi, did you hear that? Oh, there we are.
No, couldn't hear that, sorry.
Oh, yeah, you cut up, Stephen.
Say it again.
You cut up there.
I was just wondering, Origi, if you think that Liverpool have got a chance of winning the title this year.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, especially with the City. I mean, I'd still say we're going to drop some points, so I wouldn't say it's all like, oh yeah, so all our year now, because we've done that in the past, haven't we? But I don't want to say it, but it could be.
No, I think personally, I think Klopp learns a lot from not quite his mistakes, but from the past, and I actually honestly think that he is going to get you that title personally, and the fact that you're now 2 points
Yeah.
clear of City, I think that I think you'll do all right this season, and I reckon you're gonna do it. Origi, have you got any final fantasy football points before we let you go, my friend?
No. Not really, but thanks for having me on.
No,
I appreciate it.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you. There's Origi there from Japan. So up on screen right now, we've got Dereco, whose second team is in up on screen at the moment, and I can actually, Jack Watkins, thank you for that subscribe, and if you do want to subscribe and you're enjoying what you're watching, simply hit that subscribe button. So we've got Dereco's second team. So Dereco, for anybody that doesn't know, is a regular contributor to the show. He's got 2 teams. He's got his Cash Money League team, and then he's got this one, and this one's doing better than the one that's in the Cash Money League. Wow, 74 points. Although he's played his free hit. So his free hit for people on listening to. I don't know why he's played his. He played his triple captain last week on Sterling, absolute blinder. This week he's played his free hit, and let's be honest here, it's a
Absolute blinder again.
Yeah. So fair play to the Dereco. It's Matt Ryan in goal, Rico, but then he's going to get, I'm assuming, well, Kelly if he plays, or Lundstrom. And then we got Montoya,
Pulisic,
Digne, Mane, Sterling, Gross, Pulisic tomorrow, Firmino, Pukki, and Aubameyang as captain. Well done, Dereco. It's sod's law that you are doing really well with your second team. With this particular team, I don't know if that's a live rank, but I don't know if that's a 5 or an 8, but it looks like 890th in the over. Oh yeah, the game's updated. Oh, okay, is the game updated?
I don't think the rank will have the rank wouldn't have updated.
Right, so
I think he could be closer to the top 100 now.
Wow, there we are. So Philippe, when you were just joining us now, basically kissing up to Jason, you can follow Dereco. Dereco, you can be our host instead, and then Philippe can go and listen to you instead. No, but in all seriousness, Dereco, that is absurd. Absolutely fantastic. Well done to you there, pal. I think I'm going to call it an evening, everybody. I think I think it's... So, Tahir, overall rank 590th. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go up even higher, everybody. So, I think I'm going to call it an evening. We've been streaming now for 2.5 hours. I need to get to bed, as I always say, and I really, really appreciate the fact that you guys have stuck around for the 2.5 hours. It's been absolutely fantastic. Bruno, in all seriousness, have you got any final words to say before I do the admin?
No. my head's gone. So yeah, cheers for doing the stream. Appreciate it, Stephen.
No, that's cool. There's FPL Boona there, an absolute legend of the Discord, a legend of this particular Elite FPL channel. He's been there from the beginning virtually, and we really appreciate all the hard work he does. In all seriousness, absolute great guy. So here we go. Let's get on with the admin. May as well do it now, and then we can all go off and as Anurag's saying, we'll see you all on Monday and Sunday. He can't join us for tomorrow evening. I'm sure you can watch us on the replay. I'm sure that'll be fine. But so let's get on with the admin, shall we? If you've enjoyed the stream, simply hit the like button. That's all you got to do. Just simply hit that like button, and it will just show your support through that. Like I say, if you're brand new around here and you've enjoyed the content tonight, if you enjoyed Jason's stream this morning and you haven't subscribed, it just keeps coming and coming and coming. Just simply hit that subscribe button and you'll be part of a very unique FPL community. And that FPL community all participates in the Discord group. Yep, the way you get live on air is by becoming a member of the Discord group. If you're not part of it, a link is in the description, or I'm sure somebody like FPL Boona or Daily Llama or someone else will be more than happy to post the link into the chat just as we go off air. If you want to find out when we do go live, I normally post it in Discord first and then I post it on Twitter. Twitter is @EliteFPL. That's where we do the majority of our advertising. We're also now on Instagram. Our former co-host Dan, he is now taking complete charge of the Instagram. So do not come running to myself and Jason about what's going on with Instagram. It's all down to Dan now. We've got him on board for the Instagram. He's happy to do it. So Dan is the man when it comes to Instagram. So any questions of him or anything will be gone through him. Other than that, what I can say is legitimately that was a fantastic stream. Really, really enjoyed that. I got a bit of a rant off my chest at the beginning. A few things to say about Jason. But myself and Jason are back tomorrow evening. I don't know when specifically. Just keep updated on the old scheduling for our channel. I'm guessing it'll be about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Again, don't quote me on that. Just follow us on Twitter and Discord and you'll find out exactly when the time we'll be streaming tomorrow. Other than that, see you Monday as well. So yeah, Sunday and Monday we are going to be doing a live. Oh yeah, that's a very good point. Get that in your diary. Myself and Jason are going to be going live during the Wolves Man United game. So you really will be seeing a man like me going despair if Man United keep a clean sheet and Wan-Bissaka gets some bonus points. But in all seriousness, Jason has just had an absolute stormer. And thank you to FPL Booner and Statman for coming on a co-host and revealing that you've done your wildcard. I really appreciate the fact you came on. That was brilliant, and the fact that you've told the audience that you've done a wildcard. Really good of you. Really appreciate it. Anyhow, what is good, what I will say is that there has been no issues with the stream. Now, the reasoning is because I'm about 6 feet away from the router. I don't know why it gets interference upstairs, but it does. We seem to have had some form of quality stream tonight where there's been no issues at all other than the fact that my mic's been too loud, but it is literally directly in front of me instead of 50 feet away where it normally is. But anyhow, take it easy, guys. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy match of the day. I'm sure you'll be watching that. And as everybody's been saying, don't panic with your transfers. Wait for a bit of news and then do whatever you need to do. Anyhow, let's all say goodnight and take it easy. Cheers, guys.